Nice. Pure niceness.
Okay.
You lot coming over to the wrong. I don't know what you lot are doing, man. You lot was in the right place and you just keep leaving to go somewhere else. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
Rando.
yeah.
I'm gonna ask Rando if he's got a little presentation.
No, I'm not going to show anything. I've got some notes down.
Oh gosh. Are you
What
gonna
do you want?
present? Are you? Do you know you
Do you
have
want me
to
to show you
present?
something?
You have to present
You're
Sunnism
gonna,
though.
Yeah,
Are you gonna
presentation
present
can be.
Sunni?
yeah.
Because
But
the debate is
Yeah,
which is the right path.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, all right. That's
So can
fine.
I just
As
quickly
long as you
answer you
got
a
the
question?
subject.
Can I quickly answer a question? Does anybody feel like I could? Because I'm saying it's been put to me that Salafi would be a better term than Sunni.
Yeah, so I was. Do you know what? Okay, so I was going to be a spectator for this debate. So
Yeah.
my whole thought about the title was that Sufis actually fit into Sunni and Shia.
Right.
Yeah, they
So
do.
they're
do.
across the board. It's not just a Sunni or Shia thing. It's not a
Yeah.
Salafi thing. It's not.
We
They don't
kind
really
of
fit like that.
we kind of explained that earlier. Still,
So if
Yeah.
we say Sunni Salafi, is that making more sense?
yes.
I don't know. For me, I'll just put
No, Shia.
Sufism.
I mean Sufi Salafi.
Sorry. Hold on, Matthew, please, 1 second.
Sorry.
Because it's important that the debaters agree on this.
But brother, good. Are you Sufi?
Yeah.
Okay. So would you be happy with the title being is Sufism the correct way, or
Yeah, we're saying what Sufi, Sunni, it's broad, so you can lumber in all the to give you a chance. It's best that you lumber in all the Sufi thing. You don't need to identify me. You know what I mean? You could throw in everything. You could
yeah, no,
attack the Nation of
I'm,
Islam.
I'm
You
yeah,
can
I'm gonna
attack
say yeah.
the autonomous Sufi sects in
all right.
Africa. You can do what you want.
But more importantly,
The title.
the title Sunni.
What's the right
Can we,
path, innit? That's
Yeah.
what it
Sunni.
is.
Yeah, okay, between Sunni or Sufi, but people are saying that Sufi fits so well into Sunni. This is what some people are saying. You might not agree.
No, that's true. That's true. There are
So,
Sufis.
so I'm saying, is Salafi a better term, brother? Good Allah.
All right, say the Nation of Islam, for example, they don't fit inside the Sunnis. They would fit more in the Shia. You see what I'm saying? So not
Wait, is this a debate against Nation of
or the
Islam
Moorish temple, or the Moors, the Moorish science in America, that would fit more in Shiaism or the Ismaili sect. You understand? So I wouldn't necessarily say that those brothers, those sects of Sufism wouldn't be compatible with Sunnism, really. You know?
Okay, wait. So, brother, 1 second now. So, are we talking about NOI? Are we talking about Nation of Islam? Or are we talking about Sufism?
I'm saying
'Cause
you
for-
can attack. Yeah, I'm saying I see those. I'm saying you can attack the whole thing, man. You can attack America. You can attack the
That
Africans,
is
Sufis,
so
everything.
wide. No, that's
Bro,
way too wide.
1 second, please listen. I beg you, look, brother. Good Allah. You have a habit of like you're not tuning into what I'm saying.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. So I'm asking you a direct question. Yeah. Can we use the title Sufi or Sunni Salafi, which is the true path? Can we use that title? Is that one you're comfortable to use?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could use it. Yeah, because
Yes.
I attacked
Yes.
it. The debate, I attacked it from a Sunni perspective, but I did the last bit. It would be better for me if you do that. I don't know where he stands. That's the thing.
Brother, just that's enough, bro. Like a yes would have sufficed. Brother Rando, how do you feel about that?
That's fine. That's fine. Whatever he wants, I'm good.
Thank you very much, and we've got there. Boom. 1, 2. Are we waiting for? We're waiting for the judge, one of the judges to arrive. Sorry, I didn't lock off the last stream. Sorry, my bad. I didn't lock it off properly. But anyone else that was left over should come over now. And thank you so much, Mary Jen, for your assistance, man. Getting us all over here. I appreciate that, man. You're such a helpful supporter, man. Respect. Right. So just make sure. Okay, this one is definitely dead. People have left that. It's definitely dead. Boom. You got kicked out. Yeah, you got kicked out. You was in the wrong one. It's cool, man. Here's the link, man. You was in the wrong one. I don't know why I was doing that. But yeah, hit that link and jump in, bro, so we can start the proceedings. Start these proceedings, bro. Here we go. Boom. Trill Bane in the building.
Yep. Big up
Yeah,
everybody.
big up yourself, man. All right,
Big
welcome
up, man.
everyone. Let's just bear with me for like 1 second while I just do a little tinkering behind the scene. Just gonna adjust this title. Spoken to both of the debaters, and they've been happy with a slight adjustment to the title. You know what I mean? Well, another adjustment to the title. So I'm just gonna go ahead and implement that, and then we should be good to go. Big up everyone, but yeah, let me remind you to hit the like button and please be encouraging and positive towards the two brothers that have come on here to break down some information and chat about things that, you know, are of some interest to us. We know with the current climate in the world, there's a lot of focus on a lot of different things, and sometimes it's good to just choose what your quote unquote distraction is, rather than have it dictated to you by the mainstream media. So I give thanks for, you know, brother Good God Allah, which is his title, and brother Rando for taking the time out to be here this evening to, like, you know, entertain us and inform us with their perspectives, and hopefully give us a great debate that we can look forward to, like, you know, reviewing and talking about and learning from. And yeah, man, I just want to say that not all the young men out here are running around, you know, selling drugs and trying to harm their own community. Some people are actually out here trying to spread positivity and share good information. So, like, yeah, I just wanted to personally take the time out to say I appreciate you lot. You know what I mean? I really do. And anyone that wants to step up and be part of the debate circle, just get in contact with me, man, and we'll set you up a debate. There's lots of people that are raring to go. They're just waiting for other people to debate. So yeah, jump on. So my laptop is just such a shit place to be right now. Yeah, man, big up Mary Jen. Come on, all day, every day. I mean, and big up the chat, and please just remain respectful. You know, we're discussing topics that some may deem to be sensitive, and we need to be seen to approach these things in a careful and respectful manner, man. We don't want to be like bulls in china shops. You know, the debaters can sink to whatever level they decide to sink to, but us in the chats, let's try and keep it dignified. You know what I mean? And hopefully that will reflect. I'm just changing the title, so I'm adding to Sunni. I'm adding hyphen hyphen Salafi. Yeah, that's all I'm changing. So I'm adding the hyphen. So it's brother Good God versus Rando. Yeah, brother Good God Allah. Sorry, versus Rando. Sufi or Sunni Salafi, which is the true Islamic path? And I hope that this title doesn't cause you lot at home too much anxiety. It probably could be worded in a better way. We did try to thrash out a better worded title. Hopefully this is one that can accommodate the debate and allow this conversation to take
No,
place.
I think you did a good job. I mean, this is the most I like this you know, the way that you've arranged it. Most debates say they don't you know, this is the best way. What's the right path? So we know what we're here for, and what we're here to we come here
discuss.
to hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I want atheists, so that you pick which one you want after this. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, for atheists. Okay, cool. So check this now.
If you had a gun to your head and you have to pick one,
yeah.
what are you gonna pick?
Right. So let me introduce today's judges. Today's judges are Brother Raw Beats. Brother Raw Beats, big up yourself.
Big up, big up, big up.
Is there anything you want to tell us about your background, who you are, what you do? Anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, well, I'm not religious, so I don't have a dog in this race, you know. But I'd like to say I'm open-minded, so even if I might not agree with something, I can see where the angle where you're, if I can see where the angle you're coming from, and I get your point. Yeah, I can, you know, you can sway my way, you know. So
Remember and remember the debate. The topic is what is the right path. You know, what's the right path? Sunni, Salafi, and against Sufism. Yeah, remember that. Keep that in your head when you're listening to the information.
All right, mate. Enough of that. All right.
Respect to the judges.
Yeah, big up. Also, we have Brother Born Rich. Brother Born Rich.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Born rich. I think I'll probably be the only American on the panel today. So salute.
Peace, brother.
Big up, big up,
not
big
a-
up.
I'm not a Muslim, so I'll definitely be non-biased and shit. I want to know what's the path, what's the right path, man. So this will be a good debate. Good luck to the fellas, man.
Yeah, love that, man. Love that. And last but not least, brother Uncle Trillbane. Wagwan.
Well, what's happening, people? Big up everybody. Yeah, again, just not a religious type. Again, very open-minded, open to information. Only thing I ask of the guys that are participating is just be clear about your explanations, gathering findings, and then make sure that we can understand them
Thank you, bro.
to the fullest.
I'd encourage
Big up,
all the
everybody.
judges, even if it's not your regular practice, grab yourself a little pen, yeah, and a little piece of paper. It will help. Yeah. Please. And for respect of the brothers that have research and those that have, you know, that just gonna impart their knowledge that they know, it'd be. And you know what? You lot at home, grab a little pen, man. Grab a little pen, make 2 notes. Because you know there's always the debate after the debate, the breakdown and that. Grab a little pen, man. You know what I mean? Big up your chest.
1 second.
Yeah, man. Big up everyone in the chats. Everybody in the chats. You know, much love to you lot. Please hit the like button. And the like ain't for Jedi. The like's not even for TRILLUMINATI Live, but the like is for the spirit of debate and open conversation and respectfulness and you know the growth of these type of things and the promotion of these type of things. You know, so far this is going to be my 3rd or 4th debate on this channel, and we are looking for active debaters, people that are passionate, people that like communicating, they like getting their point across. So whether you have a religious disposition or a social one or you know, a moral one, and it's something that you'd like to put on the table to get debated, please roll up, get your name down. We'll put what you want to debate on, and I'm actively looking for contenders. Do you know what I mean? So anybody, and big up to the 2 sisters. Last time they set the benchmark very high with the way that they conducted themselves and processed the information, their sportsmanship and their gratitude, their humbleness upon hearing the decision of the judges. Please, the judges are not here to be debated, and their decision is final. And you know, if they choose to interact with you after the debate, they will. But please don't press them if you don't like their decision. Yeah, and just be gracious. They literally have no horse in the race. I've chosen unbiased judges, as you can see. Right, boom. That being said, brother, good God, since you are since the position that you're in, heads or tails, bro?
Heads.
It's tails.
So is it my choice to choose who starts? Yeah.
Correct.
Go for it, bro.
Okay.
You want me to start? Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Let me get my timer ready. That's a fake.
Let me just see something here, because I just want to see if I can shift from my power slideshow. I just want to see if I can shift from PowerPoint to. Can you see my PowerPoint? Yeah.
I can see it. I haven't put it up yet, but I'm gonna put it on.
Okay. All right. And
Getting the
And
time.
you can still see it, right?
Wait, it's not up yet. 1 second.
Okay. But you can
Oh,
see my, okay, because what it is that I've got another Word document behind my presentation. So I just want to see that you lot can see my
okay.
presentation and
What
you
this
won't
says
see.
is Sufism versus Sunnism. That's what it
Okay.
says. The split.
Okay.
That's what it says. Right?
Okay.
You good with that? Is that what you're trying to show?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. And you lot can still see it, yeah?
Yeah, we
So
can
I'm
see
gonna
it. Yeah.
probably have to go back and forth. Okay.
Because I'm okay. So I've taken that down now. Yeah. So we only saw the Sunnism versus Shiism with the little white rectangle with the split and stuff written in it. That's
Yeah,
all we
yeah,
saw. Yeah.
that's the present there. That's the slideshow that I want you lot to
Cool.
see.
Cool.
I
Cool.
don't
Cool.
want you
Cool.
lot to see
Your
the
notes.
word pro. Yeah, that's
All
it.
right. Right.
So I just
I hear
want
you.
to make sure that
Yeah,
when
we
I'm
can't see
looking
that.
at my notes, yeah, that you
We
lot
can't
can't
see
see
that.
my notes.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. All right. So I'm just getting this timer ready. Wait, let me get the timer ready. Yeah, man. Looking forward to this. Hit the like button. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Timer. Okay, I've got the timer ready. Okay, family tree. Today's debate, brother, good God Allah versus Rando, Sufism, Sufi, or Sunni slash Salafi, which is the true path of Islam. We flipped a coin. Brother, good God Allah is gonna go first, and his 10 minutes will start.
You lot can see my slide, yeah. And
Yeah,
let me
yeah.
know when I got a minute left and all them things.
I
Then,
will
or
do. I
2
will do. I
minutes.
will do.
Let me know
2
when I
minutes.
got 2 minutes. 2 minute, yeah. Let me know.
Okay, not a problem, man. Your 10 minutes starts. Why has it started itself? Now,
Title: Sufism versus Sunnism. What is the right path? Ladies and gentlemen, sorry I'm boring. That's what I've been told. I'm a monotone debater, but I'll try to make it as fun as I can. I am in the process of working on it. So, I only started debating this year. So, more importantly, try to follow the info. I will try to recap you. It's not because I think you're children, but I don't want to hear why I didn't show you this or and that when I did already. So I will recap you, ladies and gentlemen, and I understand that not all of you are Muslims, and if you're Muslim, you're probably of Sunni. And so at least if I lose, you will get understanding after this debate. Let me go to the my next slide. Can you see this slide? Can you see it move? Did you see it move?
yeah, we see it, bro. We see it. What is Sufi? We see it.
Okay, you see the next slide. Okay, good. Sufism, also known as tasawwuf, is mysticism in Islam, characterized by particular values, righteousness over money, ritual practices, prayer for me, doctrines and institutions. It is variously defined as Islamic mysticism, the inward dimension of Islam, which means inner peace, and I believe every man has the capacity to reach God consciousness. Mystic, a person who tries to gain religious or spiritual knowledge through prayer and deep thought, someone who practices mysticism. Ladies and gentlemen, he will not get out of the first round. Any scriptures he brings, I agree with, and I'm going to show you why. I don't follow the ways of the Sunni Salafi. He follows it because he's young. You're not studied on Islam past the Prophet Muhammad until the present day, like me. I'm bringing superior knowledge that not even the best Sunni scholars on the planet can dispute. It's all love, though. So I understand that you're a young brother. Yeah. So, any information you need in the future, I'm prepared to teach you. No matter if you're from Sunni, Shia, whatever. So I'm gonna finish you off in the first round.
Sorry. Jedi, could you remove the comment, please? Because we want to see that. Like, I can't see.
Okay.
Thank you.
You lucky I don't have a rebuttal round, But I'm gonna try to put some rebuttals in this actually, as a matter of fact. And you're lucky I ain't got you under a hot seat where I get to ask you questions just to show everybody that you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know not most Sunnis don't know what they're chatting about when they're referring to Sufism. Okay. Kill shot. Sufism has been around before Islam. The pre-Islamic roots of Sufism back through the early Christian mystics of Syria and Egypt to the Essenes, the ancient Pythagorean orders, and the mystery schools of Egyptians and Zoroastrians, among others. It is these roots that gather in the trunk known as Islamic Sufism. You can find that in the Prophet Muhammad being the first Sufi on Islam by Fazana Moon, page 10. You ain't gonna have no sources or nothing. That's why I said you shouldn't even come into this debate, bro. I do debates. This is what I do. Anyway, Sufis are nomadic mystics that thrived even before paganism in the land, and have always been part of Abrahamic mysticism. Their definition of God is pantheistic, which was inspired by early pagan and Hellenistic philosophies, and later that of the works of Plato and Socrates. The word Sufi takes root from the word Sophia, which means wisdom in Greek, and also means wisdom in Persian. They shunned worldly acquisitions and materialism, just like Prophet Muhammad and Omar, the second rightly guided caliph. It's KO, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, okay, all right. They were also called Hanifs or Sufi by Arab polytheists because they wore woolen robes called Suf, and by oral traditions were some of the first followers of Islam, and they found it compatible with their creed. This is mainstream information you can find on Wikipedia or on your Google. So that's why I didn't really go into the references, because you lot can this is easily attained information. Then this is the KO. Remember the debate title, which is the right path, Sufism or Sunnism. We follow the teachings that Abraham followed, and it is backed up by the Holy Quran. The word Hanif is used in the Muslim and used in the Mushin Khan Quran. And this scholar is responsible for the translations of the Sahih Bukhari hadith. So you can't take this off your plate. Abraham was a Hanif. Surah 3, 6, 7. Abraham was neither a Jew nor a Christian, but he was a true Muslim. Hanifa, Islamic monotheism, to worship none but Allah alone. And he was not of al-Muskin. Everything from here is academic and overkill. For here you're out for the count, bruv. After that, okay, let me go to the next slide. I tried to make it a little enjoyable for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll get my flow, a few more debates. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the truth is Sufism influenced the ideology we know as Islam, which means peace, submission to God, Allah. So I got to show you this to give understanding. That's so let's go back. Let's go to the word tasawwuf. Tasawwuf, or Islamic mysticism, as a separate esoteric sect, had no particular beginning. Was practiced by Turkish, Persian, and Arabic scholars, and influenced by Zoroastrian, Jewish, Christian mysticism and Hellenistic philosophy. The structured denominations of Sufism are inherently infused with the traditional practices of regional cultures that the nomadic mystics came across. For instance, the Sufis of Turkey are whirlish dancers, and the Sufis of Southeast Asia practice and sing qawwali, and quite a few are vegans. A lot of Sunnis attack the dances of Sufis, but these elements are cultural. Also scientifically, people who dance live longer, yeah, and have a longer have less health and weight and stress issues later on in life. If the art of dance is so beneficial, yeah, then Allah will not have a problem with it, because a lot of Sunnis, they like to attack dancing. The only way the dancing's wicked is if the dancing's used to deceive, like women in the strip clubs, or for war. We know that the oldest forms of fighting, yeah, was dancing, was through forms of dancing. Okay.
Bad brother, you got my
Okay.
bad brother. You got a
Kill.
minute, bro. You got a minute.
Okay. Kill shot. Kill shot. So we have established that Sufis was around before Islam. Now I'm going to show the connect and the influence on Islam. In his teens, Muhammad accompanied his uncle on Assyrian trading journeys to gain experience in commercial trade. Islamic tradition states that when Muhammad was either 9 or 12, while accompanying the Meccans, that was his uncle Abu Talib, yeah, caravan to Syria, he met a Christian monk or hermit named Bahira, yeah, who was said to have foreseen Muhammad's career as a prophet of God. Bahara tells Abu Talib, Muhammad's uncle, to protect him. Before that conversation, he didn't really have any time for Muhammad. And after that advice, yeah,
Boom. Sorry, time. You're gonna have to finish off this point.
yeah,
At another time. Next round.
oh,
Boom. That's your 10 minutes. Sorry, man. I lost track of the two minutes. I should have warned you. My bad
it's
for that.
cool, man.
My
It's cool, bro.
apologies.
It's cool. It's cool.
Right, boom. Yeah, fire first round, man. Fire first round. I love the energy and that. Brother Rando. Brother Rando. Okay, let me reset your time. Okay, brother Rando, are you ready? Have you got a screen share or anything like that for us?
No, not really.
Boy.
I've just taken
Cool.
some notes. I've just taken some notes on what you
Nah,
said.
Al Kaka, you lost by default, and your FTK title has been stripped. You didn't turn up to the battle, and you had 4 weeks to prepare. You can rearrange another battle at some time, but you're definitely taking the L. Boom. Yeah, Rando, your time starts now.
Right. I just want to start with praising Allah, the Most High, the Most Beneficent, the Most Merciful, the King of all the worlds, the Lord of the Day of Judgment, and the ultimate judge over our affairs. We are slaves to Him and to no other, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right. So, and obviously sending peace and blessings to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the final messenger and our guide and teacher. So now coming back to this argument of Sufism versus Salafi Islam, right? First point I want to make, right, is like I said at the beginning before the debate, Sufism is it has broad implications. It fits into Sunniism and it fits into Shi'ism. It also has its own category as well, specifically Sufism, which then goes into its own specific, like unique teachings and doctrines and practices. Now, when it comes to someone arguing which one would you rather go for, Salafism, right, as a term, even though I don't really ascribe to using the Salafi term for myself, but would you rather go for Salafism which calls to Quran and Sunnah, going to making sure that we stick ourselves and attach ourselves to the Creator and His own teachings, right? What He revealed to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and what Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace and blessings be upon him, taught us directly, right? Are we going to stick to that, or are we going to stick to something that came 4 centuries after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? So now, from what the brother said, right? So we can gather some information from what he said, and some of it was right, some of it was right. I'll mention the part that was right. So the term Sufism, Sufi, where did the term Sufi come from, right? So the first thing is, Sufi, there's difference of opinion on where the term comes from, Sufi. He mentioned Sophia, right, wisdom, which is one argument that some people brought, that Sufi, the word comes from Sophia, which is wisdom, right? But there's also Ahlul Sufa, which were the people, there was a small group of people that used to live in the Prophet's mosque in Medina, who were poor and they didn't have much to survive on. So they lived there to have a roof over themselves and a place to basically sleep. And they kind of were an ascetic people. Asceticism meaning they were humble. They were humble, servants that they used to worship a lot as well. Like one of the most famous one of them is Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anh. He used to live in the Prophet's mosque before he got married and moved out when he got older. So that is just one type. That's another definition. Ahlul Sufa, the people of Sufa. And then there's obviously Suf, which is the clothing, the wool, like the actual material wool, right? So there's that definition as well of Sufism, of Sufi, where the word comes from, right? So now coming to the people and how they applied Sufism. Where did Sufism, how was it really applied in practical terms, right? Sufism generally came out of a desire, right, to be ascetic, a desire to turn away from the world, essentially, to say, no, we don't want anything to do with the world. Now, there's a problem with this. Right? Because there's a hadith in Bukhari. Actually, do you know what? I might as well share this part of the screen. Does that take too long, or should I just carry on?
No, share your screen, man.
I'm going to share my screen for this part, yeah. I'm going to share my screen for this one, because this is just the narration, quickly. Application window, StreamYard, yeah. So I'm going to change it now. Let me know if you guys can see it. Let me know when you can see it. And then I'll just continue.
Yeah, go on. You can see it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a narration, right? Let me just zoom in as well. Zoom. Okay. So this is a narration in Bukhari, right? In Sahih Bukhari. Basically, so the summary of it, I'm not going to read all of it out. Basically, there were 3 men who felt like they were lacking in their spirituality. They felt like they were lacking in their spirituality because they saw the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he is, out of 2 Muslims, the perfect worshipper. He is the perfect slave and servant of the Creator, right? So we look at him for guidance in terms of how we worship God. Now they looked at him and saw him doing all of these things and being, blessed with the ability to worship God to a great extent. And they felt like they were lacking. So they thought to themselves, how can we actually get to that level? Or how can we go beyond it or get to that level or something, right? So what they did was, the first one said, I will offer the prayer through the night forever. I will offer the prayer throughout the night forever. Another one said, I will fast throughout the year and I will not break my fast. And the third one said, I will keep away from women and will not marry forever. Now the Prophet heard this, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he went to them and he said to them, are you the same people who said so and so? And they said, and the Prophet, continued, by Allah, I am more submissive to Allah and more afraid of Him than you. Yet I fast and I break my fast. I do sleep and I also marry women. So he who does not follow my tradition in religion is not from me. If you do not follow the Prophet's way, you are not from him. You are a person who's innovating in the religion and you've turned away from his sunnah and the correct way of worshipping God. Now, when the brother said dancing, etc., etc., I have a question to you, bro. Can you show me where the Prophet ﷺ firstly called himself a Sufi? You said he's the first Sufi. That's the first thing. Show me where he called himself a Sufi. Second thing, where on earth did he allow people to worship God in the ways that the Chishtiya, the Qadiriya, the Naqshbandiya, etc., the ways that all of these Sufi tariqas, who are Sunni, by the way, they are Sunni, but these Sunni tariqas, right? A tariqa means a way, a path, right? Like a method of worshipping God. The way that they created, can you show me where the Prophet told them to do that? Like dancing, twirling, going Allahu, 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 a million times until your breath basically creates your lightheadedness, so that you go into that state of nirvana, or like that, you know, that blissful state that you go into. Can you show me where the Prophet did any of this stuff? Or he instructed any of his companions to do any of it? If the Sufism is from the Prophet, please provide that evidence to me. I don't want to know about the history of Sufism and the Christian and the mysticism. I just want to know, is it the correct Islam? That is the debate. I hope that's clear. And I think I'm done for time. Maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna drop it there. Wait, how do I stop sharing? Stop sharing, yeah. There. Yeah. If that's it, I'm done. Thank you for listening out.
Boom. Yeah. With 2 minutes to spare, that's the end of round one. Congratulations to both of the debaters. We're gonna enter into round two. Please, can I just get people to just hit that like button, please? We got like 108 people in the building. Have been made aware that, you know, the ratio is looking a bit low. You know, show some support to the young brothers. At least say that a video that they're on has got some high likes, and like, you know, like big them up. Big up Rando taking this lastminute.com. I'll fully rate you. And big up man, that brother Allah. I loved your presentation and your style and the flavor that you bring into the table, man. And I just hope that other people are as appreciative of you two young men taking the time out to do this. Hit that like button. It's not even nothing, man. Yo, Al Kaka, someone time out Al Kaka. He's a bit noisy in the chats for someone that never turned up to war. All right, boom. Okay, so brother Allah, round two is gonna be on you. Are you prepared? You sharing anything right now? What we doing?
I'm gonna be sharing. I'm gonna just let me see. You look can see that. I'm gonna have to go back through that. Okay, let me say everything you're talking about is.
Oh no, I ain't started it yet.
Okay.
I ain't started. Let me start your time, bro. Let me start your time. All right, boom. Time starts now.
Okay. A lot of what you're saying in terms of the history of Islam, let's try to give him a quick rebuttal. In terms of Sufism, it wasn't that the book wasn't saying that Muhammad was. It was a book from a scholar that compared his the teachings that, or the way of life that Muhammad was living, to a Sufi. So it was just a book. It didn't say that he said he was a Sufi. But like I said, I already said that the Hanifs were what they would call Sufi pre-Islamic, which I showed in my debate. But like I said, I'm gonna put a lot more water on that right now anyway. So let me deal with Bahari again, because like I said, I'm dealing with the influence of Islam through Sufism. So okay. So that's the kill shot which I was trying to go into in the last round. So we have established that Sufis was around before Islam. Now I'm going to show the connect and influence on Islam again. In his teens, Muhammad accompanied his uncle on Assyrian trading journeys to gain experience in commercial trade. This is his uncle Abu Talib. Islamic tradition states that when Muhammad was either 9 or 12, while accompanying the Meccans caravan to Syria, he met a Christian monk or hermit named Bahara, who is said to have foreseen Muhammad's career as a prophet of God. Bahara tells Abu Talib Muhammad's uncle to protect him before that conversation. He didn't really have any time for Muhammad, and after that advice, he fought for Muhammad's army against his own brother Abu Jalil and died a pagan. He never converted to Islam, even though he was protecting Prophet Muhammad, based upon what the hermit, because he saw him as a righteous man. That's why he followed what the hermit was saying. You understand? The Sufi monk, Christian monk. What is a Christian monk or hermit? Remember, I explained in my 6th slide what tasawwuf, and you were saying about who told you to dance and that. Well, Muhammad never taught us how to use computers. He didn't teach us to use computers to go and abuse people and stuff like that. So I don't know what you're talking about. Muhammad didn't teach us to use PCs and that, and we could evidently see that that the computers and PCs just cause disharmony in the ummah. Facts. Okay, so tasawwuf is not tied down to just Islam. There's mystics of Sufis in other sects of religion, which is why I don't tell people what to believe, or my doctrine is the be-all end-all, as people will naturally use different means to reach God's consciousness, right? God consciousness, where the controlling factor will always be a person's environment and hegemony, meaning what country, who runs that country, who's in power of that country. They are under, and the race and an ethnicity, meaning if you came from a Christian family. I also showed you in my 5th slide, 1C, what the Sufis was called in Arabia, Hanif, pre-Islam. I showed in the Quran 3 verses 6, 7, Abraham was a Hanif, okay? So a Hanif, that would be a Christian monk. A Christian monk, Christian monotheism is the devotional practice of Christians who live an ascetic and typically clustered lives that are dedicated to Christian worship. So even though they're ascetic, it don't mean, oh well, they just wanted to go and be ascetics, so that's why they still worshiping Christ, because that's how they see. If you're trying to worship the Creator didn't make money. The Creator didn't make greed. Didn't make us to be greedy. Those living in the monotheistic life are known by the generic terms monks, men and nuns, women. I showed you earlier, ladies and gentlemen, Sufi origins. So a Christian monk, Jewish monk or hermit, Zoroastrian, Egyptian mystery schools, and Greeks who studied Sophia wisdom was all technically Sufi. But I lean towards Islam, me personally, because lesser Islamic works have been distorted or tampered with. That's the only reason why I'm more shifted towards the Islam, because I know your books are more, authentic than the others. And I believe it's the best fit for African people who want God consciousness in 2021. I believe it's a black man's religion too. That's why I'm dealing with on an Islamic scale. Let me okay. Prophet Muhammad, joins a select group of religious thinkers in Mecca called the Hanifs or Seekers. The Hanifs of Arabia at that time, because they was already against idol worship, searched for a coherent religious identity for the Arabs, looking for a clear doctrine to replace the welter of deities and the shambles of blood sacrifices held around the temple at Mecca. They focused their attention on the all-encompassing Father God Allah, whom they freely equated with the Jewish Yahweh and Christian Jehovah. Do you hear that? They encompass the Father God Allah, whom they freely equated with the Jewish Yahweh and Christian Jehovah. They revered the tradition that Mecca had originally been dedicated to this one God. They sought out references to the true religion of ancient Arabia, the religion established by patriarch Abraham. The source, page 75, The Prophet Muhammad, a biography by Barnaby Rogerson. I brought this up to show you, ladies and gentlemen, to explain the mindset behind the creation of Islam. The writer who does this biography leans on the
2.5 minutes.
sources from Ibn Ishaq, who without him doing this the first ever autobiography of the Prophet Muhammad 100 years after his death, there would be no hadiths. So there's no maneuvering around this. Okay. You know, I have to deal with you rough, you know. So where's your? I know you ain't got no sources anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Prophet Muhammad being influenced by Christian mystics, Sufis of the Christian flavor. There was 4 main hadiths. Ubayd Allah ibn Jahash, cousin of Muhammad, also one of the first converts of Islam, but also embraced the Coptic church while he was a refugee in Abyssinia. Waraka ibn Nafal, cousin of Khadija, he studied Christianity. Uthman al-Harith, who was a Christian-centered. Also, the story of Sufi Zaid ibn Amir, who was killed on his return to Mecca because he wanted to see the messenger Muhammad, Prophet the messenger. Muhammad was closest to Khadija's cousin Waraka ibn Nafal. That's her cousin. Yeah, and remember, Khadija's the money behind Muhammad. The source for that is page 76, 77, the Prophet Muhammad, a biography, the same book. Now, Ubayd Allah, the first one, was a cousin of Muhammad. He was a son of Abu Talib. When Abu Talib treated his kids better than Muhammad. It's only until the hermit came and talked to him about him, then he started to give him a little more respect and then way there, yeah? But he died a Christian mystic because he fled to when they kicked out Muhammad because of him teaching Islam. He fled out there to Mecca, and he ended up accepting Christianity.
Right.
Is it me over?
Your time done. Yeah, your time done.
Okay, go on.
Boom. Did you did hear when I said the minute, right?
Yeah, I did. I did.
All right, cool. Just wanted to make sure. All right, bro. Thank you very much for that, Rando. You ready to start your round 2?
Yeah. Man's got
right,
energy out here, bruv.
Yeah, man. I love it. I fucking love it. I don't want to lie. All right, your 10 minutes now starts. The 10 minutes starts now, brother Rando.
Okay. All right. So, just the last point that he mentioned, the Hanif. So that's not actually, you can't add Waraq bin Nawfal into the Ahnaf in Medina. You can't, in Mecca. You can't do that. The reason why is because the definition of a Hanif is a person who renunciates the idolatry that was going on in Mecca. The people who turned away from the idolatry that was happening in Mecca, and they turned towards the pure monotheism of Abraham. Now, if you want a reference for this, there's a professor, a retired professor in Munich, I believe. He wrote a book called Concept of Monotheism in Islam and Christianity, right? And in page 29, he talks about this. This was, I think it was written around 1982. His name's Hans Kochler. Yeah, you can check that book out. And he taught, that's a Western reference. I'm not going to go to Islamic references because there's no point. But if you want Western references, I'll do that. I don't mind. So yeah, so if you go to that book, you'll find that the definition there of Hanif is that someone who turns away from idolatry. So a couple of the people that you mentioned in that list are not Ahnaf, they don't fit the definition. Now, when it comes to Hanafi, the Hanafiya, or the Ahnaf, the people who are Hanif in Mecca, right? How are you attaching that to Sufism? Where is the link? I'm baffled. Like, I really don't understand how you're connecting the two things. Hanif means someone who turns to monotheism. All Muslims do that. Generally, a Muslim is a person who's monotheistic, who turns towards the Creator, turns away from worshipping people, idols, etc., etc., trees, mountains, etc. We turned away from all of that, and we said we're going to worship the Creator of everything. We don't worship the sun, we don't worship the moon, we don't worship the Kaaba in Mecca, we don't worship a stone, we don't worship anything like that. Our worship is purely إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ, right? مُخْلِصًا لَهُ الدِّينِ. We worship him alone. That's it. That's what a Hanif literally was doing, and that's what a Muslim is. So I don't know how you attach Sufism to Hanif. I'm not sure where that whole... You spent a lot of time on that, and I don't understand what you're doing. But that's just a side point quickly. Right, so... I'm thinking of points to actually bring for this. So you said something about Hadith and Ibn Ishaq and stuff. Maybe I'll just quickly respond to that. Hadith existed in the time of the Prophet. There's actually a narration where the Prophet ﷺ said, "Uktub li Abi Shah." So there was a man who came from Yemen who sat in the mosque of the Prophet, and the Prophet was speaking, right? And this is in Bukhari as well. The Prophet ﷺ was speaking, he was giving a sermon, and the people were there. And a man stood up called Abi Shah, and he stood up and he said to the Prophet, "Ya Rasulullah, O Messenger of God, can it be written for me what you said, the sermon that you just mentioned? Can it be written for me so that I can take it with me?" And the Prophet commanded the people, commanded the kutab, the writers, write for him. So this is evidence that hadith actually existed. There were things being written down. The sermons of the Prophet were being written down in the time of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yeah, so that's just I don't know why you said Ibn Ishaq and stuff. I don't know where you're going with that. I don't know where you're going with that. Anyways, yeah. So what other points did you bring? Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, the dancing. Oh yeah, the dancing thing. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that was the point. Okay, so you said the computer, right? Computer. Did the Prophet tell us about computers? And I'm guessing technology that you're talking about, like innovations in technology, right? That's a very common argument that we have. The thing is, that's not what bid'ah is. That's not what innovation in religion is. Now, I'll give you an example. I'll give you a better analogy. It's like me saying, I'm gonna add a sixth prayer. You know how we have five daily prayers that are obligatory, right? If I add a sixth one and I say, "Oh, I want to pray around 2:00 every day," I'll have like 8 units of prayer for that time, and I'll kind of make my wudu backwards as well. And this is kind of my worship. I want to do it like this. Is this permissible in Islam? Can you just make your own type of worship? Is that submitting to God? No, of course it's not. That doesn't make sense. You would be going against God. God commanded you to worship a certain way, and you're going to be like, "No, I can do it better. Or I can make another way myself." But we're not talking about technology here. Technology can change. That's not the problem. The problem is when you innovate in worship. Innovation in worship is the problem. So okay, right. That's just the side point. I don't know why you went to computers, but okay. Rando. Okay, so you went to show Sunni is the correct way. So yeah, okay. So Sunnism. Now let's talk about Sunnism, right? Because I might as well use. I don't know how much time do I have, Jedi. How much time do I have left? Just out of info. I didn't time myself. Okay, I'll continue. Right, so Sunnism, anyways. So being a Sunni literally means you follow the hadith of the Prophet. You follow the Sunnah of the Prophet. Right? Hadith and Sunnah are synonymous in some circumstances, and they're not synonymous in some circumstances. Right? But generally, when I say hadith or Sunnah, I'm referring to the same thing. This means the practice of the Prophet. Right? What the Prophet did, what he approved of, and what he taught, right? His teachings, right? As the Quran says, وَمَا أَتَاكُمُ الرَّسُولُ فَخُذُوهُ وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ فَانْتَهُوا, right? That whatever the Prophet ﷺ orders you to do, right, comes to you with, take it from him. And wherever he tells you to stay away from, abstain from, and forbids you from, stay away from it. So this is the Prophet ﷺ who's teaching us our religion, right? Yeah. So right. So we're just gonna follow that. We're gonna follow the Prophet ﷺ. We're gonna follow the Prophet, the Messenger, what he taught us and what he told us to do. That's Sunnism. So if you're saying there's something better than that, let me know. I think I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't really know what other points that might be worth. But yeah, my question to you basically was about Sufism. Can you just show me where where's your justification for Sufism? Not Hanafiya. I'm not asking about Hanif. I'm talking about Sufism. Stick to the topic, please. I don't know why you made a presentation about Hanafiya, but stick to the topic of Sufism. I don't want to go off topic, or maybe attack Sunnism. Maybe do that. At least it's better. You're gonna be sticking to the topic. The title is there for a reason. Let's stick to that debate. Don't go to Hanif and Christianity. Why are you going there? Why are you going to? I don't get why you're going to Zoroastrianism and stuff. We're talking about Islam here. So let's stick to that, please. Let's just go back to that. Let's go back to the debate. Yeah, I'm definitely done now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. Time stopped with 2 minutes 24 seconds left on the clock. All right, man. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Let me just big up the brother, Yasin Flames. Listen, my computer is just moving mad right now. Hope I've highlighted your comment because it's not letting me know that I have, right? But from Flame, thank you for the donation. It says, big up TRILLUMINATI Live for making the debate happen, and the debaters and the family. Hit the like button and the PayPal link, man. Thank you so much, bro. One of the brothers that are always supporting, regardless. And if you want to support like Flame, then we got PayPal, we got Cash App, and we got Super Chat if you want to get your comment up on the screen. Regardless, it will go up on the screen for your donation. And yeah, man, PayPal's in the link, Cash App. Keep showing love, and please make sure you hit that like button. It's a like button that I'm most interested in. Get these likes up. 125 people in the building. Show some love for brother Rando. Just came and dropped some freestyle fire. Show some love for brother Good God Allah, who's just been just on a mad one, dropping just gems. And yeah, man, let's hear it for the third and final round. If everyone's enjoying themselves, let me see like a number 7 in the chat, just to let us know that you're here and you're engaging before I fire up the last round. I hope the judges are taking their notes and enjoying it as much as I am. Do you know what I mean? Big up yourself over there, Snipes. Boom. So what, did we get any 7s? Any 7s? Any 7s? Any 7s? Any interaction? Where you look at, man? Boom, 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 boom. Love it. Thank you so much. All right. Yo, brother, good God. You good over there? Yeah?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So, boom. We're going to get you into the third and final round, man. Come out swinging. Don't take no prisoners. Keep it clear. Keep it concise. And keep your eye on the time, please.
Okay.
Both my brothers, yeah? Big ups to Rando and big ups to brother Good God Allah. Yeah, man. Make this a good one. And yeah, man, this one will be one to definitely go back and watch. All right, man. So here we go. Sharing your screen and starting your time in 3, 2, 1, go.
Now, I hope the judges, because obviously I've laid out everything, and I hope the people at home have seen that I've laid it out. I said that Prophet Muhammad, I'm trying to show you that it's obviously that you're not listening. That's one of the main things about debating. You have to be a good listener. You have to listen. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I hope the judges, I just hope that you're not getting caught up with his waffle, because he's misdirecting the debate like a politician does. You understand? Coming with all that. I come rough because I'm trying to entertain you. If I come boring like him, you're not going to fall asleep. He'll put you to sleep. Don't make him misdirect. I've showed you all the information, okay? I hope the judges are making note of what I'm showing. Yeah? So again, and I'm just going to go back through this one again. Prophet Muhammad, because I already showed you that the Hanifs, historically, yeah, the Sufis were seen as the Hanifs before, okay? But I'm going to go into this one anyway. So I brought up the fact that Prophet Muhammad joined a group, a secret group of Hanifs that was going, and I'm trying to talk to him. I'm trying to educate him at the same time. That's why I have to go back. You understand? Just for him. So he joined a sect of a group of Hanifs, right? A secret sect, right? A brotherhood where they were trying to find coherent teachings or Arabs in the Bible and in other teachings. Do you understand? So this is the group that he joined. This is what I'm trying to explain to him. Okay, and he's saying that there's no proof. Yes, there's proof. Just type in Khadija's cousin and it'll come up that he's a Hanif. So don't play games. There's some Wikipedia, bro. You don't know nothing. Sorry, bro. You're just not you're not mentally equipped for this, man. I know you guys, you don't read nothing outside of the Quran, man, and the Hadiths. I've read both of them, and I've got a history to back that up. Anyways, the leader of the Hanif group was Zayd ibn Ammar. According to, because you keep saying keep on bringing up Christians. According to the Islamic historians Ibn Ishaq and Ibn Sa'id, Zayd became disillusioned with the traditional, and I'm trying to show you the influence of Sufism on Islam as well. Yeah, disillusioned with the traditional religion of Arabia, for the stone that the people worshipped could neither hear, nor see, nor hurt, nor help. And the worship of stone or horn wood is nothing. He pledged with 3 friends, this is the group I'm talking about, that they would seek the true religion of Abraham, which they called Al-Hanifiyah. Zayd traveled to Syria to question both Jews and Christians about their beliefs, but he was not happy with the answers, and he says, well, show me where and where. I showed you sources. I gave you a page to go and read the stuff. That's just aggravating me, man. What you call it? So Zayd, Zayd traveled to Syria to question both Jews and Christians about their beliefs, but he was not happy with the answers of either group. According to later Muslim historians, he had the religion of Abraham, following the natural form, and worshipped Allah alone with no partner. Zayd's beliefs was neither Jew or Christian, but followed Abraham according to Islamic historians. This is widespread, this is mainstream, this is common knowledge if you study Islamic scholars and Islamic information. But he don't. He only reads the Quran and the Hadiths. He shunned the traditions of the clan, the Quraysh. He was part of the same clan as Prophet Muhammad, which is the same tribe as Prophet Muhammad. He was kept out of Mecca by Omar, the second rightly guided caliph. This was when Omar was a pagan. This was before Omar embraced Islam. He was trying to keep him out. Yeah, because he was from a high tribe there that was, firmly on the paganism. Yeah, his death in 605, Zayd, after hearing about Prophet Muhammad from some Christian hermits in Syria, he tried to re-enter Mecca, but was killed. Right? Because he was banned from Mecca because they didn't like him, the fact that he kept on questioning Jews and Christians on their thing. Right? So we can clearly see, and you could type this guy in and it will come up. This is Wikipedia stuff. That's why I didn't even, anything that I haven't showed you no book reference, yeah, you can just get this stuff on Wikipedia. No, I showed you that from the gate. So we can clearly see that Muhammad's whole paradigm of thought was to continue what Zayd was already trying to do. Yeah, and the kill shot and knockout blow is that he didn't follow neither Judaism or Christianity like others in the Hanif, but Abraham, and practiced peace just like Islam. Let me go back. Oh, you look can see. Okay. Salat comes from Jewish and Christian mysticism. Historical conclusions reached indicate that ritual washing was influenced by Jewish and Zoroastrian practice. Yes, what I was talking about. There were Sufis in Zoroastrianism and in Judaism, right? So that's where, okay, so the ritual of washing hands was done before them, pre-Islam, by the Jews and the Zoroastrian practice, right? Prostration was influenced from indigenous Arabian traditions and not from Jewish and Christian traditions, studies have concluded. So the prostration came from Arabian pagan tribes. That they used to do the prostration before from historical record. Yeah, this is mainstream stuff. Yeah, you can just Google it. Direction faced during prayer was an influence stemming from the Jewish religion. So them facing Mecca or facing towards the direction of that came from Jewish from Jews. A number of times prayer is performed throughout the day was primarily a Zoroastrian influence, while other traditions also likely had some influence. So you can find the prostration being and in this book here, the same book that you got up there, page 92, yeah? For the prostration, we can in this book it said that prostrations were being done in the 6th and 7th century by Jewish,
2 minutes.
but we can give it to the pagans of Arabia because you know that's where they came from as the main. But the Jewish, the prostration has been seen in that area before that by the mystics. Oh man. Okay. Okay. The floodgates. Okay. Historians. Wait. Okay, why is Sufism the true path? Sufism is a mystical branch of Islam. A Sufi is a Muslim who seeks annihilation of the ego in God. Sunnis don't follow this. That's why there is so much hate amongst them and disrespect today of other people's faiths and beliefs. Sunnism can't free the people. According to Ibn Khaldun is a top Islamic historian from the 14th century. Sufism was already practiced by the Sahaba, but the spread of material tendencies, the term Sufi was just applied to those who emphasize the spiritual practice of Islam. Bullet. But he ain't even paying attention. So he gonna come back with some garbage. Okay, historians and academics date the emergence of Salafism to, and let me tell you something, Salafism is a 19th century innovation of Sunniism. Historians and academics date the emergence of Salafism to late 19th century. In Egypt, Salafis believed that the label Salafia existed from the first generations of Islam and that it is not a modern movement. To justify their view.
Time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, brother. Good God, Allah. That was amazing. Okay, let me get your thing off the screen. Rando, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Your last round starts now.
Cool. So finally we get to the meat. I think you're almost there. You're almost getting to the topic. So last slide, I think it was getting to the topic. It was very good. Last 2 slides, the Sufism one, Ibn Khaldun slide, and this last slide about Salafism. Right. So let's just go there because Christianity and you proving that the Salah came from Judaism. I don't know what all that was about. If I'm being honest with you, I thought we were talking about Sufism, Salafism. Let's discuss those 2. Right. So the whole Salafi thing, let's just debunk quickly the Salafi thing being a new 19th century innovation, etc. Right. So Imam Madhabi, who lived around 800 years ago, right? 700 years ago? Yeah, 700 years ago. He lived 700 years ago. He wrote a very famous book called Siyar Alam and Nubala, right? which is basically the lives of the pious people or the noble people, right? And it's basically a collection of names and biographies and people who narrated hadith, right? And in that book, he basically called some of the companions Salafi. He said, "Wahuwa Salafi," and he is Salafi, like Abdullah bin Abbas, right? And some other companions and also tabi'in as well. So he used the term Salafi as a praise to them. Ibn Hajar did the same thing also. So the name or the title Salafi existed long before the 19th century. So that's absolute BS. And if you want extra information about that, yeah, you can go to Siyar Alam, check under Abdullah bin Abbas, and check what Imam Dhahabi says, right? And you'll see what I mean. So that is just, I don't know where that came from. Right, so Salafi is not a new title. So what is it? What is Salafi? What is Salafi, right? Salafi is a person who tries to ascribe themselves to the Salaf Salih, meaning the righteous predecessors. And obviously, if people, the general definition that's given is that a Salafi is a person who ascribes himself to the first three generations, right? The first three generations, and or even furthermore, the first generation, because obviously the first three generations, their Salaf, the people who preceded them, was the first generation. So of course, we all go back to the first generation, who were who? The companions. We all go back essentially to the companions. Our Islam goes back to the companions. We follow their way in worship. We follow their way in understanding of the Quran, with their way of the Sunnah. We understand their way of practicing Islam and applying it on earth, basically. So that is what a Salafi is, right? So let's just, I'm gonna leave that there. The thing before that, the Sufi thing about Ibn Khaldun, I don't even remember, if I'm being honest, I don't remember what you said, but I know who some of the major Sufi people were, the major Sufi figures. But I'll help you out. Let me help you out. I'll give you a bit of help here, because there were earlier people you could have mentioned. There's a very famous tabi'i, a person who was the third generation of, the second generation of Muslims, right? So the followers of the students of the companions of the Prophet. There was a very famous man named Hassan al-Basri, right? And he is widely cited in Western academia as the first Sufi. He was one of the first Sufis. And there's Rabi'a and there's other people as well. But he was kind of he was the giant in Sufism in that time, apparently, right? But then, so now the question is here that regarding, so if Hassan al-Basri, who lived 80 years or 90 years after the Prophet ﷺ, right? If he is considered a Sufi, now what is that? Where does the problem lie with Sufism? Sufism for us is a term that can be used, and we do have it in our culture. I'm Somali, so in our culture we understand what Sufi means. Sufi, even I was called a Sufi once, right? Because basically one time, just a quick anecdote, my parents saw me praying extensively, and they said to me, or they started calling me a Sufi, basically, just a bit of a joke, but they basically applied that, showed that the culture understands Sufis as people who worship God a lot, excessively. They worship God a lot, they fast a lot, they pray a lot, etc., etc. But what is wrong with Sufism? What's wrong with Sufism? Now, I highlighted it before and I'll highlight it again. The people who created, like in the 4th century of Islam, right? That was when Sufism became a formal thing. It became a formal thing. It basically, the main groups of Sufis were formed in the 4th century, like the Chishtiya, for example, right? Like the Qadiriyya after Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, right? These people existed in that time, and they formed the heads of the Sufi tariqas, right? The base was built there, and with that came people who started to abuse it. They started to add their own practices. Like, for example, a sheikh, an elder man would be sitting there, who people would think he's a very pious man. He looks very pious with a long beard, etc. And he's sitting there, and people would, like you see in India now, for example, right? These shamans and these gurus, etc. Like not gurus, actually not the Sikh gurus. I'm talking about like the term that we use now, like the shamans, for example, a person who's sitting there, and people come to him and they give him gifts and they throw money and stuff like that and confetti upon them and whatever, and they're like holy men, right? This is kind of what you're right. It had a root before Islam, but they brought it into Islam. And they made it into a thing where now this sheikh who's sitting there can order us something contrary to Islam. He can introduce new practices. He can introduce new beliefs into Islam. He can tell you, for example, oh yes, you are good. You don't need to pray 5 times a day now, even though that's a command from God. So they're superseding God. They're playing as people that supersede God. And what did Allah say in the Quran about people like that? He criticized the Jews and the Christians. Allah, our creator, criticized the Jews and the Christians regarding this issue. He said they took their ahbar and rahbab, like they took their leaders basically as alihah. They took their leaders as gods beside God. Min dunillah. Right? They took these people as gods beside God. And the companions asked, how have they taken, their leaders as gods? The Prophet ﷺ said that they command them to do something other than what the Torah and the Injil commanded them to do. So now when the introduction of new practices and these new things, these new beliefs, and playing around with the religion became involved, this is when now they've left the mainstream Islam. And they've left Islam, in fact. When you start to say things like, oh, prayer is not obligatory upon you anymore. Oh, you want to commit fornication? Yeah, go do it. No problem. No problem. I give you permission. Oh, you want to kill someone? No, I give you permission. It's halal for you. You can do it now. This is outside of Islam. And this is what the Sufi tariqah started to become. Yes, a lot of the Sufis in general that we see, this is why I'm not harsh towards them, because a lot of the Sufis that we see today, I try to become friends with
2
them.
minutes.
Yeah. So, anyways, long story short, Sufism, I don't bash it all completely. That's why I was kind of hesitant about this whole debate, this whole title of the debate, bashing like Sufism versus Salafism. I'm not really like that, right? I'd rather teach people and tell people what the correct thing is instead of bashing the whole thing. But it became something completely different to what it was in the first 2 generations, 3 generations. So, yeah. So again, like I'm gonna ask you a question and then I'm gonna leave it there. Can you show me where the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ allowed people to do what the Sufis of today are doing? Or can you show me where the companions did anything, any of the practices that are contrary to what mainstream Muslim, as in Sunni Islam, teaches? Can you show me where the companions did any of that? As in twirling dervishes, for example, that are quite popular in Turkey. Where did the companions ever do this? Saying, like I said, these practices, Allah, the breathing techniques, right? Controlling the breathing and becoming lightheaded. Where did the companions ever do this? So all of these practices, where did it come from? These are acts of worship. And worship needs to have evidence. You can't just worship God however you like to worship him. It's not that easy. He is the one that legislates how we worship. And I think my time's running out, but I'm going to leave it there. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. And I finish with praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa akhiru da'wana wa alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. That's it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, that was good, man. I love that, man. Hello. Yo. Yeah, man, that was great, man. I love that, man.
Boom.
Fantastic
Yeah.
debate.
Boom. Sorry,
done.
yeah. So a
Well
big
done.
thank you to Brother Rando and Brother Good God Allah for stepping up, doing this debate, regardless of how long you had to prepare or not. It's a daunting task to be faced with an audience of your peers and critics and, have to present information, whether written, whether correlated or not, whether from the top of the head. It's still a daunting task. 30 minutes of speaking, or around about 30 minutes of speaking, and 30 minutes of listening to your opponent giving their facts is a hard task. And I challenge anybody watching, especially the mouthy ones that fully typing and just got lots to say and lots of criticisms of each other. Listen, my brothers, please, you're more than welcome to hit me up or put your name down and say, yo, Jedi, put my name in the hat and I'll debate and give me a topic that you debate on and I'll draw for you. Do you know what I mean? And if you can't do that, then the least I ask for you to is just to hit the like button, show a little sign of appreciation for the content, for the video that's going to contain these two brothers' intellectual work and their, you know, like, I don't know, the energy that they've put in. So if you want to reward them in any way, shape or form, at least let that video like have some highlights on it so you can see that it was a respected debate, regardless on what side of the fence you sit on. Good manners, good information, and yeah. So the judges, Uncle Bane, Born Rich, and Raw Beats. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to look over your notes and come up with a conclusion amongst yourselves or to yourself of who you think won the debate. Then I'm gonna come back to you and I'm gonna ask you for your, you know, your answer, and we're gonna go from there. Yeah. Yeah. So let's just make it about 5-6 minutes. I'll find something to keep us occupied while we do that, man. TOYTN, dickhead, you literally just came in. Yeah, literally came in and said, yo, I don't know what the topic is, but Rando's winning. Then a man asked you what football team you support. You said Rando 24/7, 365. Yeah. Now, 5 minutes after you've entered, you're saying, if Rando don't win, it's a fix, dickhead. You get me? What a disingenuous mug. Right, boom. Big up yourselves, family tree. Let's get this cracking. It was a good debate, man. It was a good conversation. I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed different styles. And I'm sure we're gonna get to break this down once the decision has been put up in the air, man. I'm gonna play this. Can anyone hear sound?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Very low though. Low.
Still can't hear it, you know.
Say that again, family.
It's proper low. Can't hear it.
Yeah, don't worry, man. You're focusing on your notes anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Focus on the ranting.
Yeah, man. You trying to hear? Sorry, family. 1 second. Yeah, you can't hear it. I asked if people could hear. Maku said yeah, and now no one can hear nothing. So big up Maku, man. Big up Maku.
Shut up, man.
Big up, innit?
So you
Fully
audio
asked, man. Yeah, can you hear it now?
I'm
Yeah, you
posting
can hear it
your
now.
audio. Yeah,
Can you hear it now?
Clear.
Exactly. The man's hearing it from my headphones. Talking about, yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah, obviously, right. Hello, everyone on the TV.
It's low, man. It was low as well.
I mean, can you have a bit more? Obviously, this is a feedback system. So
No, I
we need to know what
these
the
are
actual.
paying guests.
We need
Like,
to
they
know.
don't like to be harassed by
Yeah.
I appreciate you're doing something, but I mean,
Bro, take your restaurant out of the streets
I
about
probably just
people
stop now, you know.
paying customers like you
customers,
own a
yeah.
road. You see the entitlement in the middle of central London? You've taken up a whole
That's
road
fine.
and pavement,
I appreciate it.
I wouldn't.
chatting
I
rubbish.
wouldn't debate anybody.
Okay.
Not just you.
That's fine.
Like, if, for example, that lady over there came up.
The link is above the chat if you're trying to jump on. The link is above the chat.
So what's he doing, Jet? Outside restaurant?
Stop to see what I'm saying.
He's at basically during COVID, you know, lots of restaurants were serving outside to get around the social distancing. And I'm telling you for now, this is mainly going on in West End, isn't it? West End,
course,
Central
of course.
London, where the rich folks were allowed to be out there and still have a semblance of normality. Meanwhile, more than 3 people standing in a park were getting moved to in the end.
That's
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And these and then my man's obviously doing his little social experiment with the megaphone, trying to like annoy them. And he's come back to say, "Oh, these are paying customers." And I'm like, bro, like if he came into your restaurant, fair enough. You're in the street.
Mary Jen needs the link, bro. I think
That guy needs to back away from even approaching him about his mask on as well, if that's what he's trying to come out to preach about.
Yeah, it's not even a mask. It's a it's a chin warmer.
Chin warmer.
Chin strap. Chin strap. That's what they call it.
Sorry, man. Sorry. I thought I put it in. Jump on the. Thought I put it in. All right, man. How long has it been? How long have we been waiting?
Couple minutes.
Couple minutes.
I must say couple minutes.
Give it 2 more
Don't
minutes.
say like that raw beats, man.
Give it 2 more chin nappy.
We're waiting for a judge.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the judges to finally look over their notes and finalize it, man. We don't want to come out with a
It's
new
all good.
judge.
It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all
Yeah,
good.
big up yourself. Yeah, man. And now, Kaka, man, come back to the arena, bro. Come back to the arena. Come and war it out, man. Come pick another opponent, and whether you hear from them after the day you sign the contract or not, just be ready to, ready to swing. You know what I mean, bro? Like we had this conversation yesterday, and I did think that you should just prepare anyway. And you're like, nah, I ain't seen him, so I ain't preparing. And that's why you end up getting an L where you might not have had an L. But big up to Rando for stepping up. You know what I mean?
That's not a problem, man.
Yeah, big up Rando. I just come on to say that really.
Who's this?
all the other things. Who's that?
Who's that, mate?
All right, then. Cheers. Cheers, then. See you later, bro. Since you just came on to say that. See you later.
Mad thing.
I go on to this donut, Dan, Forever there's going to be a donut, man. Yeah, man. Donuts are cool, man. Donuts are cool. Especially when you dunk them in fucking hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate?
Yeah, you just dunk them in it. You just donuts. They're just a snack. They're not a meal. Ain't no much trying to live off donuts, man.
Dan's a blessed guy, man.
Krispy Kreme's life.
Like, I don't even know what that reference is, but
you can't even eat 24 bucks.
Big him up, though, man. Big him up, man. I ain't got time for these idiots, man. But big you up, though, man.
Big yourself up, man. Come on.
No, it's not a problem.
You can put some work in, man. You can put some work in.
I got respect for that still.
You know what I mean?
I got respect for good, man. He made a whole presentation and everything, man. It felt a bit rude of me just to pop in like that, man. I didn't want to cause no disrespect.
Well, all right. So, boom. I think Jez, if Wendy Wu swings by again, I would debate her on her part in the war in Ireland. Yeah, she can't even talk honestly about what she did.
No, we've done that already. We've done that already.
Ireland.
Well, I done it personally, but yeah.
I'm saying she can't even talk honestly about what she done in the war in Ireland. So that's a no-go. She can't say. I told you she was.
We've tried it.
Wendy Wu was Dr. Quinn, medicine woman in the war. Like that's what she was doing.
Dr. Quinn, yeah.
But she saw bits. She says
she does. She says she did. I don't know what she saw. Yeah, well, I don't know what she saw. I don't know. I'm not convinced. Personally, I'm not convinced. Man.
But we definitely,
man. All right, man. Like button been smashed. Everyone's got themselves a drink and whatever. Cool, man. Let's just move into the next section. Back to like my style with that. I know, man. It's just like that sometimes, man. But I don't come on there talking about. You only come on to say big up. Man, fuck off, man. Do that for a chat. What do you think this is, bro?
You know
Who are you, man? These nicks give you life and make you someone. You get me? Yeah, nobody, bro. Anyway, let's do this, man. Big up all the hide my faces. Big up all the I can't show my face on camera, man. Them. Big you all up as well. All right, let's get to this. So, let me say that with my face on my chest. You hear me? Big up all that I can't turn my camera on. You hear me? But I've got copious amounts of bass in my voice, but I can't stand behind anything I say online with my face. Boom! Where we at? Where we at? Mary Jane, don't worry, man. We know what time it is. Big up Chillo Cactus. Big up everyone that's hit the like button. We've been here for an hour and a half. If you ain't hit it now, you probably ain't gonna hit it. Do you know what I mean? And it is where it is, man. You know what I mean? Some crowds show love, some crowds don't. You know what I mean? Cameras is on, man. All right, boom. Love that. Yeah. But say everyone took it as a challenge. Everyone took it as a challenge. Yo, what's up, man?
Sorry.
Everyone's sitting with the
Yeah,
little
you guys on the gas.
They saw the smooth. They said, "No, Sniper's not getting away with that shit." Like, yeah, he's not getting all the glory on his own.
Yeah.
I remember some of these men got gal in the chat. So
Sisters,
I'm saying that.
yeah, man. Shit. Hey, listen. I just want to say, I think congratulations is in order as well, because I heard we're gonna have a trill wedding, man, and you know we love a trill wedding. So big up the chat, hubby and wife. Like, you get me? Yeah, man.
Come on.
And can I just say thank you to Unknown Triller One for the donation, and she basically says,
big spliff for that. Whoa. So you know what man's leaner. Blood, I'd rather die before I let him hit me with a vaccine. Never that. Mandatory for everybody. You know what that? Leaner. Keep ties to the mob. Stay on job for the peace. MOB. Why would I run? If I got my machine, when I got that, best be ready.
That's it. I was getting my Bobby Schmurder on. Yeah. Sorry.
Out like it's fully finished. You know, I didn't hear like none of that song at all. It was just loading still. But I could see man dancing away, like, yeah. So all right, it's obviously playing. Boom. Okay, so let's get to decision-making time, man. Decision-making time. Who's the first judge? Who's the first? Okay, I see you over there, Raw Beats. So do you want to give us your decision and why you're making your decision, please?
Well done, man. Good work, man. I feel that was a good presentation, both of you. But when it comes to the question, which is the true path of Islam, I think I'm going to give it to Good God stuff. Yeah, I think he gave a better presentation. He made good points, man, and he gave a better sources, I think. And when he said he gave the link between Abraham and the Hanif, I think that kind of sealed it with me, basically. And,
that was my point. Sorry. I'm going to mute myself.
Yeah, I think Rando just was asking a lot of questions and he weren't really giving a lot of sources. Pretty much, yeah, man. Yeah, he gave a lot of more sources, I feel. So, yeah, that's my decision.
All right. Thank you very much for your decision. Respect that. Peace, Raw Beats. Okay, Born Rich. Please. Can you give us your decision, who won and why, please?
I'm gonna have to go with Brother Good God, and basically because the time he had to prepare his show. You know, the brother came in prepared, like he said, with a presentation. He came in with sources, a lot of good rebuttal questions. What I did like about brother Rando is like he had strong endings to every one of his rounds. Every one of his rounds was strong at the end. He just needed to do more at the beginning and the middle of those rounds. To me, I actually think brother Rando did win a round, and it was the third one. But I think if he would have structured his first two rounds like he did the third one, then he would have had it. And I just think that comes from a lack of preparation. Personally, so like I said, the preparation showed itself, bro.
Okay, thank you for your decision. And brother Uncle Bane, can you please give us your decision on who you thought won and why?
Yeah, big up to both of them. Much respect. Do you know what I mean? Props for taking it on at last minute. There, Rando. Do you know what I mean? Big up for that. But yeah, I think it did end up coming down to the prep for me. It was unfortunate because I do feel like if Rando had enough prep, he would come with a definite, true challenge there. To be fair, because he was challenging at times, you know. But I'm going to give it to Brother Good God on this one still, just because his prep was just he had the slideshow, you know, like all these things they were just adding up more in favor. To be fair, it showed, and his passion and his energy was one of the things that stood out for me.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, Brother Good God, it seems like you've been awarded the win. And Brother Rando, unfortunately, you seem like you didn't clinch it, but you did come in last minute. I'd love to hear your opinions on the decision and hear how you feel about it.
Yeah, man, the Abraham point was my point in it, but it's all good. I'm confused, but anyways, yeah, it's all good, man. But yeah, big up, good in it. It was a good conversation. Yeah, man, it just looks like PowerPoint is gonna win me this thing next time. I just need to get my PowerPoint.
Prep.
I think
will win you this
people are visual
thing.
learners, isn't it?
I think.
Good God.
No, this prep, bro.
prep
I've debated
will.
Sufis for years, bro. Years. I've got training in this, bro. It's not a thing where it's new to me, but like I didn't need to do prep. That's what I'm saying. I was ready from the get go. I could have done this half an hour ago, like half an hour before start. But next time I'm gonna open PowerPoint and I'm gonna make sure it's a visual thing because I think people are lost there completely.
Rando, can you do me a favor, please, Rando? I'd love you to come back and debate. So maybe we can kind of hash out like a couple lines that you're comfortable to debate on, and we can see if we can get you a debate where you've actually had the time to, like, prepare your, your presentation. Yeah. Not just the slide aspect, but just just
literally the slides lost me.
Right.
It's literally the slides that I lost on. That's it.
From what these judges are saying, I'm gonna say that. Let me, before I make a comment or whatever, just trying to still keep it neutral. But Brother Good God Allah, you've won. So what you got anything to say in victory? Oh, I think we've got the Shani effect. I
was about to say the same thing,
Brother Good God, Brother Good God Allah, are you there?
People win and dust out, bro.
Yeah, people win that dust out. All right, man.
Oh, sorry, I'm here, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was muted. I was muted myself.
Go on.
That's why I don't want to debate someone who just comes in, because obviously I haven't got the vernacular that he's got. So I had to try to keep it entertaining, because if I do it too boring, I can't try to be the intelligent type, you know what I mean? Like, obviously we can tell that he has good schooling or good upbringing, you understand? So I can't do all of that, because it'll be fake. It'll be a fake debate. So you gotta bear in mind that. And like I said, he tried to say that I didn't bring up the Abrahamic. I brought that up in my fourth slide. I was the first. I went first, and I went through 8 slides. Yeah, I was the one who brought up Abraham and the Sufism. So that's what I'm saying. He's not even. Right. He's just got a good vernacular. He doesn't even listen properly. In my fourth slide, I said, where does the word Sufi come from? It says Sufis are nomadic mystics that thrived even before paganism in the land, and have always been part of the Abrahamic mysticism. So I was the one who brought that up. I'm just trying to say that you wasn't listening in no part of it, really. You wasn't listening. You just wanted to, like having a that's why I don't really, if I went to Speaker's Corner, I'm not dead on trying to debate people, because most times
I'm not Speaker's Corner.
When people ain't got slides, that's why I rather debate people when they got presentation and that. I'll call that a debate, because I get a chance to speak. And then like if me and you was having a discussion, you just be waiting for when I'm finished saying what I'm saying, and then you just got your thought in your head, because you was stuck on the dancing. And I tried to tell you that it was a cultural thing. In the Hadith, there was an answer. I could have even rebutted that. In the Hadith, there's a part where Abu Bakr, he stops the answer from dancing. The little kids are dancing, and
no, they weren't dancing. You're mixing up the Hadith.
Can I just ask? I'm just gonna quickly just wrap up. Get some of the people on just to give their quick 2 pence. It would be nice if we can get exchange between you two brothers, maybe for like a little half an hour, start unwinding and just,
Yeah, but I'll just say this. Are you
not cool with that?
I'm cool with that. I'm just saying
Alright,
in
well, let me
future.
go on.
I just want to say this: in future, if a guy doesn't turn up for the debate, I don't want to debate someone unless he's got a
Right.
presentation.
Fair,
I don't
fair
want to,
dues.
because for me, the brother said earlier that I lost the last round, and you
Yeah.
know what I mean. Like, it's crazy because I'm thinking, right, I killed it in the last round even more, showing the connection. So again, it shows me that you're not really, the judge ain't
Alright.
really listening.
Yo,
Bro.
wait, alright, cool.
No,
We'll
no,
get
no,
back to
bro.
we
We'll
get
give
back
you
to
all
all of
three.
that.
3-0,
But let me
3-0.
just give like the gallery kind of a chance to just give their 2 pence, like kind of freestyling. And by the gallery, I mean boy, it's Mac who left in there. So Snipes, as the only other person that weren't involved judging or debating, what was your opinion on this?
Yeah, it was a really good debate, and I found it interesting because I'm sure a lot of the audience would have heard a lot of good God Allah's rhetoric in the earlier conversation, where those points were definitely made, but he articulated it well. He says he wasn't that articulate. Yeah, maybe the sum of, Omar. I was thinking, who's Omar? Oh, Umar. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so it was cool, you know what I mean? But I understand that. But for me, it was 3-0 straight. Do you get what I'm saying? Because
2.
I feel again like the
3-0-2.
Oh, good God Allah. So I think it again, like the last debate, they were more arguing on different points. Do you get it? So I don't think either brother was wrong. I just think again, because we already know what we didn't know what good God Allah was going to bring, but I kind of generally knew the consensus of it and the structure. Do you get me? And if he could bring it, and he brought it. So, I thought that was excellent. I like the passion. It's very reminiscent of myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that. You know what I mean? I like the other brother. He's smooth, he's calm, he's collected. Do you get what I'm saying? And he's articulate. He knows his Arabic. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I thought it was a real good debate.
2 pence? Because I've seen a lot of big up Trill Cactus. I've seen a lot of this. Well, you said that Sufism predates Islam, so Sufism isn't Islamic. I would say that headscarves, hijabs, prostration, prayer positions, fasting, the Kaaba, many things predate Islam that you accept to be Islamic. It's just a nonsensical argument, in my humble opinion.
Which I showed, brother. I showed you.
Yeah, he did show that. He did show that.
You get me? So for me, I just feel like I hear that argument, but it's a little bit narrow-minded when we understand that there's many concepts that predated. I
explained this already, and someone put the verse.
Predated, maybe I should say, Prophet Muhammad's recital of the Quran and modern day understanding. There's many things that predated that, but clearly there's a homogenization going on where certain established practices are seen as being monotheistic, are seen as being halal, and therefore have been embraced in whatever Islam became. So I just feel like that was but anyway, just give you my personal opinion. Personally, I feel like Brother God Allah, you did well with presentations. However, I don't think you was getting to the point quick enough or directly enough. I think you wasted a lot of time, and Rando did a lot better with time management. But remembering that he didn't have material to really go over, he just going from his head. But he did better with time management. I noted twice he finished before the 10 minutes with 2 minutes to spare. And I think this is something that Brother Good God Allah needs to work on, being a little bit more snappy, a little bit more to the point, not wasting time on erroneous aspects of his argument and getting straight to the meat and potatoes. I think he would have had a lot more. I think it would have been more of a concise of a win had he been a lot more straight to it. And I do take Rando's point that some of the times it seems like he was mentioning Christianity, mentioning other things, and because you wasn't being concise enough, it was easy. And I think it's a good tactic to cast doubt on the validity of what you're saying. I think it's a good tactic. Why has he brought that up? We're dealing with Islam. You talking about Judaism, or you like? You know what I mean?
No, I'm talking about.
One second. There was the analogy of the computer that I think lost people. and gave people an opportunity to be like, why is he bringing up computers? So I'm just saying, in the future, like I'm just saying, be like a pit bull and sink onto your target and stick on your target. Don't be distracted by anything cover. Don't be distracted, especially being the one that made the preparation.
I was distracted.
Exactly. Especially being one second, brother, please. Especially being the person that had obviously done the preparation. You had a great looking Word document and stuff like that. We were listening more intently to what points you were making because we knew you had already prepared them. Whereas Rando was just freestyling, and that gave him the ability to rebut you a lot. And I think that was actually why I would have given him the debate based on his ability to rebut and answer directly to the things that you had said. But that was a handicap because had he had a whole 3 minutes preparation and presentation, I doubt very much he would have left what he planned to say to pick apart what you were saying. So he had all the time in the world to make notes, listen to what you're saying, and just respond. So it was more you presenting and him critiquing it, which you didn't want. Right. But I would say if I was voting, I possibly would have given it to Rando. But I'm respectful of the judge's decision, and I think this is why I picked non-bias and people that not necessarily that invested. I'm sure if Muslims had been judging this, they could have been a possibility of maybe Brother Good God Allah losing this debate. I believe that Born Rich, Raw Beats, and Bain had no vested interest in this. So I take it that their decision they came up to was autonomous, independent. If they were looking in the chat, they would have given it to Rando, because I feel like the chat was highly swayed in the favor of Rando, which is like fair dues. I was kind of in the favor of Rando too. Rando, please come back because you're obviously really good at this, bro. And like, I hope you don't take. I think it's more of a symbolic loss for you.
Please don't.
I think this is more of a symbolic loss.
I truly appreciate what you did here. Yeah, I truly appreciate what you did here, Rando. Seriously.
I came in last minute.
Yo, 1 second, bro. I ain't finished speaking. Yeah, I think this is more of a symbolic loss for you, Rando, and more to do with the fact that you did take it last minute and you didn't have visual aids, innit? And I think in a debate, I think we all kind of are looking for visual aids. I can't think of the last debate I actually watched where there was no visual aids, i.e. slideshow, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you knew this. You took the risk. You took the chance. And, you're a champion in my heart. Well done to you, man. Be proud of your knowledge. But, brother, good God Allah, by no means take that as any kind of discredit to what you did. You came, you had your information, you presented a few little points I would say would tweak it. But let me just say, your passion, bro, I fucking loved it. The flavor, energy. The style, even the little things that you say, right, these man don't read, and all them things there, I love that. That's the type of shit I want to be hearing in debates. And with that, I've said what I need to say. Yeah, big up. Yeah, Bain, what was you gonna? Yeah. So brother, good God Allah. So you were saying something. You was kind of having an exchange with Rando. It'd be interesting if we could just have an open conversation. Anyone that wants to pipe up. Ridgway, what did you think of this, Ridgway?
Yeah, definitely the best debate so far, I thought. And big up to Rando. I agree with what most people have said so far in terms of score. I just think, everything considered, that was probably a better performance than maybe Schiffer, who won his debate. So I probably rate that probably as high as Shani's performance. That was pretty good, all things considered. But there was a clear winner. I had the first round. I had that as a knockdown, really. I had that like a 10-8 in boxing terms. And that was probably good because Rando, I think, just about shaded the second round, giving him the benefit of the doubt. But Good God Allah came back with some and some hooks in that last round. I think he was just throwing those wild ones in the last round, and like fair play. That was an emphatic victory. Yeah, definitely. So about 2.5 points I had him winning by.
It's all good in the hood, man.
Yeah, man. Big up.
Not a problem.
So what are you
Yeah,
saying
man.
to me, man? So what was some of the points that you thought like we could maybe try to expand on? Is there any points that you were like, brother, good God Allah, in the first round, you was getting into that meat and potatoes, and then you kind of ran out of time. And I felt like that same thing happened to you in the third round. Like time got ahead of you, and you was just like even Rando said, it seemed like you was just warming up. You get me? You was just getting into that.
He was getting there, man.
Yeah,
It was nice. It was nice.
No, well, you gotta understand, bro.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have, you know what I mean? Growing up, I didn't have no good schooling or nothing like that. I've been reading, avid reader for maybe the last 10 years. Yeah, trying to read every day. And I'm just trying to put it, you know what I mean? I'm not used to debating like this, putting up slides, and this is new to me this year. So I hope to get better and better, keep leveling up. I feel like this is the energy that I always wanted to bring to my debates. In my other debates, I haven't brought this type of energy, but because I'm getting more confident, you know what I mean? But I've always said that I might take L's in my debate, but I'll always have lots of sources. I'll always outsource you, and I'm always gonna keep it entertaining as possible. That's my main thing, because I'm not a scholar. I'm not in no I don't want to go to school or nothing like that. You understand? So I'm just doing this is just play and, you know, fun and games, you know what I mean? To me.
So you would have had the same strategy if you would with M-Stacks, then that was your game plan for him then?
I like to come hard, because I don't want to put people to sleep. That style there will put people to sleep. I want to keep you awake. Yeah, I kept on responding to things that he was saying, yeah, because he just clearly weren't listening. But you know what it was as well, I was trying to keep it fun as well. So that was all part of my plan as well, to keep it fun and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's why I was attacking his points, just to keep it fun, you know, rather than me just keeping to my thing. I was just attacking him. You know, like Jedi liked it when I was attacking him and saying little things. So that was just to me to, you know what I mean? Make everyone want like the debate. I don't mean none of that, or you know, but in a debate, I'm gonna come for your head, and afterwards it's just peace, man. Like I know I don't take nothing from that victory, because at the end of the day, the guy ain't prepared, and I don't. In future, I'm not. If a man don't come for the debate, I don't want to debate him. I don't want to debate him. I'm just saying, if a man don't come for the debate, and if someone's coming in with a late one, I'm just saying, Jada, I'm not doing it. If a man don't turn up for the debate, it's done. Because I feel rubbish, because I'm preparing, and then he come with nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
He even won a round.
You can only lose.
You're right.
He won a round.
He don't won a round. He shouldn't be allowed back.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then you're saying that he won a debate. So it's crazy, Jet.
That's mad.
I'm just saying, bro. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with the show. I'm just saying, if Jedi, good thing Jedi at the judge, because I wouldn't come back here. Because I'm saying, man, don't respect sources. So I ain't even coming. I feel like if I'm a judge, the person who comes with the most credible sources is gonna be more likely to win. If I'm a judge, you gotta come with some sources, place where I can go and find the information. I told you everything that I said on that slide that I didn't show you a book source, you can find that on Wikipedia. You understand? So everything I gave you the guidance tools to go and check up on Sufism as well. And I'm saying I would give it to that person over someone who's just talking out of there, you know, just coming out with things. You know what I mean?
Was I giving references or no? None.
You talked about the Hadith and the Quran.
Salafi and
No. I ain't, look, brother. You did I respect you see that type of style you got. You can trick a lot of people, because they were more. Yeah, because they're more enamored with what you're saying than me. Because I ain't got your type of. I ain't got a voice that you want to hear to listen to.
Okay, but where do you think I was schooled? By the way, you keep saying schooled.
No,
like,
you could no. No, I can. You must. You got a good. I can tell that. Because of the way you speak, you're calm and stuff. Like you've probably done it in. You've been educated. You probably done it in school, right? When I went to school, I never did no debate. They never taught us about debating. You know
I
what I
didn't
mean? I
learn
never
debate for
learned.
school either.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, innit? Like, I weren't really cared for debates in
Okay, all right. That's cool,
in the
that's cool.
first 30 years of my life. I didn't care about no debate. I'm just trying to say.
No,
So
it's good.
this
It's
is
good that
new
you're
to
reading.
me.
It's good that you're reading now, though, innit? It's a good change, man. But
Right.
so big up to you for that. But the thing is, can I ask you a question? So are you Sufi?
Yeah.
Because I asked you before, but you said,
I said yes.
You are
I said
Sufi.
yes, bro. Why would I defend it if I'm not?
Okay, so what tariqah do you belong to?
What do you mean? Brotherhood. I'm not part of no brotherhood.
No. Which tariqah? Which Sufi tariqah? Which Sufi order?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not a part of no order, innit? Because I'm not from. Like, I would have said that I've got connects friendship with the Morids in Senegal, but I'm not part of them because that's a brotherhood that you have to come through family and have to do initiations.
No,
I
you
ain't done no initiate.
No, you
I'm
don't.
saying I'm
There's
telling
lots of-
you, bro. Yeah, but I'm
You can't
saying
tell a man what. Yeah.
I'm saying most brotherhoods, yeah. You have to have you. I don't know a Sufi brotherhood, yeah, where you don't have to do no initiations.
Exactly.
No, you have to do
understand?
initiation. You have to do
And you
initiation.
gotta be have family, and you know what I mean. So for me
You don't-
I would have
wait,
to live in Senegal. I'm just trying to say, I would have to live in Africa. All the brotherhoods are in Africa. It's like you got Senegal brotherhoods in this country, but you still got to pass an initiation to get in their group. You understand? I ain't part of no, you know what I mean? I ain't part of no brotherhood and nothing like. I'm just a Sufi, innit? And I showed you it on a technical level what that means.
Basic.
You know what I mean?
Basic. Yeah. Basic premise. Yeah.
So I don't need to be a part of a brotherhood, bro. That's what I'm saying.
So you're not part of any Sufi order,
I'm not part of no Sufi order, man.
but you're still a Sufi.
Yeah.
Of course, majority of Africans
This way a Sufi sounds
are
good.
Sufi. Are Sufis anyway.
I know this.
That
I
is
know this. I
definitely-
know this. I know that there's Sufis in Africa. There's Sufis in my country also, but they belong to Sufi groups.
Yeah, brotherhoods.
Not all of
yeah.
them. Not all of them. Not all of them. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
not all of them.
Like who?
A lot of them might be alone, in fact.
So how do they
Well,
become? How are you Sufi?
I mean, that's just like
it's the way of life. It's it's the way of life, man. Remember, Islam is a way of life. It's not-
There's lots of white
1 second.
Sufis. Go on.
Sorry.
Go on. man.
Islam is a way of life. Sorry, it's not necessarily a religion to all Muslims.
Sorry, Islam
It's a
is
much more spiritual way.
Let me
Right.
go
more in
back.
touch, more mystical.
What a Sufi is a person who tries to gain religious, which I showed you in the slides. Yeah, the second slide. A mystic is a person who tries to gain religious or spiritual knowledge through prayer and deep thought. That's why a lot of Sufis will smoke marijuana. Someone who practices that's someone who
Alhamdulillah.
practices mysticism.
Hold
You
on.
understand?
Hold on.
And it is very look, Islamic mysticism. Hold on. Islamic mysticism is the inward dimension of Islam. So that means seeking God or the Creator
good.
Allah in the heart. I already just showed you on the slides, bro. But like
No,
I said,
okay, leave the slides for a second. I'm just asking you. You said you are Sufi, and you don't belong to any Sufi order.
No.
Yeah, that's correct.
So which sheikh have you given bay'ah to? You're saying I haven't given bay'ah to any sheikh, but yet you are still Sufi.
No, I said that I've got connects with the Mourid Brotherhood in Senegal, but I'm not part of the Brotherhood. But like I'm friends with them and they cool with me when I go there.
So who do you take your spiritual guidance from?
Man, I just read the Quran and the Hadiths and I know right from wrong. What my gut tells me.
So you follow the Quran and Sunnah?
I deal with the God consciousness. I'm trying to get to God consciousness. I'm trying to follow the Creator, bro. You know, I fall short most times. I fall short most times. But through prayer, reading, and through meditation. Through deep thought, which I do with reading, and prayer. If I feel like, all right, if I feel extra mad today, I might pray all 7-8 times just so I can get that anger out of me. You know?
No, that's fine. I mean, that's normal Islam. That's not Sufism. I'm asking you, how are you Sufi?
Man said it's not Sufism. How do you know?
Because
Because
get it.
let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. I don't adhere to. I'm not against. I'm not like you, innit? I don't
How are
try
you
to
different
tell
to me?
people. Yeah. I don't tell
Go on.
people that they should come to Islam. I prescribe religion. I would say Islam for you know, that's what I use. Like if someone's going through the only time I would prescribe a religion for someone is someone's going through mental you know, mental. I can see you're going through a mental breakdown, or you know what I mean, you're losing it mentally. That's the only time I start prescribing. Now you lot will sit up arguing with Christians and, you know, pronounce that your thing is the right and only thing. The reason why I wouldn't follow people because I see the hypocrisy in that person who's giving me the thing, so I don't feel like it's done anything for you. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so
Like a lot of
are you
Sunnis.
saying, okay, so if
Yeah.
I understand, I'm trying to get what you're saying. So from what I understood, you're saying you believe that there's like a Christian and Jew and atheist and Buddhist, they can all go to paradise together and we can all be
Yeah, fuck it, they
No,
can.
I believe
Yeah,
that
fuck
you.
it, they can.
No, hold on.
No,
That's
no,
why I said.
I'm
All
speaking
right,
to him.
yeah, all right, that's why I said in the debate.
Mm,
I believe that there's different people will need different routes to get to God consciousness. Yeah,
Just give
because we
straight
know that
answers.
in the Quran says that Allah is the God of the Hebrews, so they're supposed to be worshiping Allah, right? Or the way that we live, right? Our way, right? So what I'm saying is that, oh man, what I'm saying is that to get to God consciousness, I understand based up on you might live in a Christian country, so you might need to take Christianity. Yeah, based up on you being
That's
in a
your path.
yeah, and your family, you might have to get to God consciousness through Christianity. Like most Hebrews, black Hebrew Israelites, they've
yeah.
come through Christianity. Their families were Christian, and now they're Hebrew Israelites. So
Reading the
I
Bible, the
understand
same
that.
book.
Yeah, people need different they have different paths to God conscious. Some people could get God consciousness from just going to Africa and being in nature. Lots of people go just being in the wild and being with the animals and seeing nature. They come back with a spiritual awakening. They might not identify with Buddhism or Christianity or Islam, but they come back with a change of heart. Some people get more spiritual through going jail. They may not come out religious,
Yeah,
but I
definitely.
mean
I'm
spiritual in a
asking.
sense that when I mean
Okay,
spiritual in
I'll
a
let you
sense
finish.
that they don't try to hurt other human beings afterwards. Maybe
Okay.
they needed to get them 10 years before they come out and they say, you know what, I don't want to go through that. And they don't want to harm people. And they might see the, you know, the hurt when they put in that scenario when you're in jail, it puts them
Definitely.
into that where they can see things better because they're stuck now here. So all they have is their thoughts. You
Okay.
understand? So I'm
All
just
right.
saying that it takes different, like you might see a kid that's real bad. You might not be able to help them right now. They might need to get
Bro,
shot
I
before
don't
they
want to
can
go around
change. So
like a
this is what I'm
million.
talking about.
Okay,
Go on,
all right.
brother.
So even in the debate, like I think maybe you need to be a bit more concise. Like concise, being concise is a good skill to have. Just
Yeah,
stick to the
slander
point.
campaign.
I agree.
You don't need to talk about a man, like talk about the information. The
Sorry?
information's good. One information that you're giving, you know.
Shut the hell up, man.
Sorry, I don't
Carry
know
on,
what
man.
what was he saying?
Man,
But
I
okay.
don't know.
So yeah, I was asking basically. So being a Sufi but not belonging to a Sufi order, because what you described as spirituality, right? And spirituality, in essence, any Muslim can embark on that. Any Muslim can be spiritual. As in, I can pray more today. Sometimes I pray a bit less, right? But there's obviously the base, the 5 daily prayers that we pray. But you add on to that, right? You pray night prayers. You pray in the middle of the day. You pray. You call out, like you fast maybe to increase your spirituality. You stay away from society a little bit. Like you go back and you go into like you can do a lot of spiritual activities which increase your spirituality, right? That's something that's okay. That's like there's no problem with that. What I'm saying is that doesn't make you a Sufi. I'm
Okay.
asking you, how are you Sufi specifically? Because you're saying that you know the Brotherhood in Senegal, you know of them, but you're not part of them. That necessarily does not make that means you're outside of Sufism.
No, because you have alright, show me a reference, show me somewhere a document or a book or even on Wikipedia where it says the only way you can be a Sufi is if you're part of a brotherhood. This is
Type
something
in
that you're making up
Sufism
right
into
now.
Wikipedia.
No, you do it and then you pull it up.
I'll share my screen
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. So it's just it's the base understanding. But let me put StreamYard on this
That's
as well.
crazy to me, bro. That's crazy to me what you're saying.
Yeah, that is
No,
a bit
I'll
wild.
show you Wikipedia.
So
Wild, bro.
you're saying every African that is a Sufi has to
No,
belong
'cause he
to a
don't-
brotherhood. That makes no sense.
We gotta remember he don't
It
see
makes
the
no sense, bro.
Nawabians. I
so
know
I'll
you.
share
I
it
know
on
you're.
this
I know you're from the ilk that probably don't see the. You probably don't see the Nation of Gods on Earth as Muslims. Probably
Alright,
don't
let
see.
me not give you that
the-
some joke.
the-
Let me give you that some joke. Should I let El Kaka jump on? Should I let Marley Farah jump on?
Does he deserve it? Does he deserve it?
I really don't think he does. He's Dabrowski though, so I'm gonna let him on. But
I know.
I don't want to hear this guy's mouth.
You don't want to say. He can't say anything, man. He
It's
can't say
ridiculous.
anything.
I let him on and he
Very
left.
quiet. Yeah,
peace.
Oh.
I let him on and he left. He'll probably come back. Maybe thought I weren't gonna let him on. Of course I'm gonna let you on. But I have to have some banter in your name though, bro. And don't come on talking wicked because you didn't stand up like Rando did. Rando's a bad man. He can walk around like
Rando is a G.
Rando
is a G, man.
Yeah, man. We all rate Rando right now still.
Exactly.
Big up Rando, big up brother God.
Big up Gain.
Good. Big up everyone.
Big up,
Yeah, man. Yeah,
man. What's going
What you
on?
say to me, Gain? Like, you're not happy with the decision, I know. But
No. I mean, in terms of presentation and the subject is the question is there. Is Sufism the true path or Sunnism stroke Salafi the true path? And if you stick to the actual topic, I think the other brother he did what he can to promote Sufism and why Sufism is a correct path. So on that way, I can see why judges have inclined towards him. Yeah, because I did put a note on to Rando. I said, look, stop rebuting him. Use the first round to explain why Sunni Salafi is the correct true path. And I know Brother Rando is a very knowledgeable guy. I spoke to him many times.
I saw that post. Yeah.
Many times we discuss, and he's knowledgeable. I don't think he needs to have that presentation because he's already got that knowledge and he's got the laptop. He can show the Quran why Sunni or Hadith or even history was how Sunnism came about, because there was no Sunnism or Shiism or anything like that during our Prophet time. But it's just he could have used the historic sense during the Battle of Camel, where a lot of people chosen to support Ali, and other people have chosen to support Aisha, and other people that did not support both because they were neutral. They loved both of them. They didn't want to get involved in that battle. So a lot of historians said that this is where Sunnism, the word Sunnism came because of the establishment of Shiism. So, you could go into a little bit of that and then go into Salaf, why we follow the first three generations, why we want, you could use the Hadith for that, you could use the Quran. In the first round, this is what I would have done. And the second round, I would have probably talked about why Sufism has changed over the time. I could have mentioned like some works of Qadir Jilani, who is everyone knows Sheikh Qadir Jilani, Sheikh Ibn Arabi, Sheikh Rumi, people like that, who are big scholars of their time, and a lot of people consider them as Sufi scholar, and why they may have introduced some of the bid'ahs. I'm not saying Jilani did, but other scholars have introduced bid'ahs during Ottoman time and so on, how Sufism has changed over a period from the original Sufis to now. And then the third round, I would have taken notes to rebut what the other brother said. So, it's all about construction. When you go into debate ain't easy. So big up to both of them, especially your life. Yeah, debate ain't easy. I've done debates.
If it was me, you
in
would have
school.
lost.
Jedi, please.
Yeah, one at a time, please.
I was going to say to Jedi.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Let me just quickly say, Gain, listen, brother, would you care to put your name down as a potential debater?
I would, brother, but it's just that because not now. Maybe in future, inshallah. Maybe in the future, because I've got a lot of projects to do, and I won't have time because I work in IT industry. I've got projects to do. But I do watch your show now and then. You've seen me when I watch your show. I put a comment.
Seen you,
but a lot of time, I'm not watching the show. but it's
Spit
the
that
work
we know.
constraint. It's the
All
work
right,
constraint.
Yo, can I just say one thing, man?
Big up
Ah,
Gabe,
bro.
Yo, one
Marley
thing, man.
Parrot,
Don't
man.
worry, man.
You
You're
got
not
to put
gonna hear,
effort
man.
in debates, man. That's why.
It's gonna be a
First of
minute,
all,
man. I'm gonna head
the
out.
first
I'm
thing,
gonna head
the
out.
first
turn him
thing,
down, Jeds. Turn him down.
hold
Turn
on.
him down.
The
Yeah, go
first
on,
thing
time,
you're
man.
obviously gonna say, Marley Parrot, is apologies to the platform, Jeds and that for not making it, and and then you're gonna explain what happened, right?
Yeah, my bad, man. I didn't
Right,
come
go
through.
on.
Obviously, I thought, yo, my man's not gonna come through, right? You feel me? I done told you yesterday I'm not gonna come through, car the reason I gave it. But he did come through, but I find it kind of deceiving what my man did, car yesterday he was listening to me speak and say that, but he didn't, he didn't say nothing. He didn't come out to say, he didn't message in the live chat.
No, I
So I
didn't
think
hear you.
I think it was a
No, I
tactic
didn't.
for my man
Hold
to
on.
try and evade, man, innit? But it's cool.
No, I didn't hear you.
Whoa, one
Go,
second.
yeah, let him finish.
Yeah. So obviously, car, that's the case now. Yeah, it's cool, fam.
Yeah.
I want to rematch team. Feel me? I
Yeah.
take the L. Don't worry, Rando did not lose. It's me, fam. Innit? So I want to take that back again, fam. Me versus my man. Feel me?
Yeah.
Anytime, any date, man. Just put it through, man.
Okay,
like
but
I'm saying, 21st of March.
And I think
me and you
brother
go at it
Rando,
again, man.
brother Rando is excellent. He's got so much knowledge. It's just
Rando, if you wanna, Rando wants to take a rematch, I don't mind, but I wanna take this guy on the game, fam. Cause
Okay,
when
but
I was
on
listening
what
to the
though?
debate,
On what?
one second, yeah. When I was
Go.
listening to the thing, Mama was like, his sources was absolutely disgusting, man. Like no sources from the Quran or Sunnah. Everything he bought were Christian. This guy Baba, all was it like it was Christian sources and Judaic sources, fam. So people say he's got sources. Please go check the references that he bought. You feel me? It was null void. It was not direct to the subject at hand. He didn't answer the title, which was "Is Sufism the true path of Islam?" Fam. Like he didn't bring no Quranic evidence, no Hadith literature. It was all waffle. So I want to rematch with my man. Feel me? And pull it up, man.
Can I just point out?
Surely Rando should get the rematch,
Can I just
not
point out
you.
something? Let me just point out something. Let me just point
Rani.
out something. I didn't bring up. I just want to point out something. I didn't pull up not one Christian source. All my sources were Islamic. Yeah, and so you weren't watching. You wasn't. You know what I mean? You wasn't studying it properly. And I never heard you have that conversation that I wasn't gonna come. If I heard that, I was working, bro. I couldn't. Anyway, do you understand?
Yeah, but brother, to be fair, you did bring up a guy called Bernard something. He, writing the biography of a prophet. You used him as a source, but
and I brought up.
You didn't use Tabari. You didn't use Ibn Kathir.
Yeah. But I'm saying that I brought up the fact that his sources are Ibn Ishaq, and he was the one who did the first autobiography of Prophet Muhammad. And I brought up the fact that if it wasn't for Ibn Ishaq's autobiography of the Prophet Muhammad, there would be no hadiths. I said that in the debate.
Nah, that's a lie. You see that, man? You see that made up stuff?
I did say that in the debate.
Ibn Ishaq is full of weak stuff, man. You feel me? Pulling up Ibn Ishaq's biography.
Well,
one of the most
prove.
weakest biographies out there, man.
I'm just saying.
There are other Muslim scholars who done biographies.
I've never heard that.
As a matter of fact, you can search up right now Ibn Ishaq, criticism of Ibn Ishaq's biography.
Yeah.
You feel me? Why he wrote that?
All right. Yeah, I didn't know.
Weak hadiths, weak sources, weak stuff, man. You feel me? Like, as I said, man, innit? Like, I'm gonna ask you a simple question, innit? Who was the first person to call himself a Sufi?
Who was the first person to call himself a Sufi? I don't know. Like I said, I already showed.
So, all right, it wasn't the Prophet Muhammad. It wasn't the companions. It wasn't the first 400 years. It came on later date, fam. So we just know that the word Sufi is an innovation from the get-go. Like no one called himself Sufi. But on the contrary, when you go to the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, it was used by the first 3 generations, by the close companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, like from there is a get-go. It's gone. Sufism is a clear innovation.
I already showed that where the Sufi, the term came from and what people that it came from. You understand? And I showed the technicality of the way that the Hadiths lived. Yeah, it was just the same way as a Sufi. I showed that, and I showed that the leader of the sacred sect that Muhammad joined, which was going around trying to find the Arab story out of the Bible and the ancient manuscripts, right?
That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
man. You're making up stuff, bro. You're making up stuff, man. You ain't got no sources for what you're saying right now. Listen to this, yeah. No.
The thing is, brother, you gotta understand, historically speaking, there's no.
One second again, yeah. The Prophet could not read or write, so him going to the Arab, that he can't read or write. So how the hell is he gonna go to whatever you're saying, fam?
That proves my point even. But listen,
no, you don't prove your point, because you just said he went to the Bible and XYZ. Oh, you can't read the Bible.
I never said that. I said he joined the sect, yeah, of Hanif. I said that he
Hanif.
joined us. Yeah, I said he
There
joined a
was,
But do you know
there
what
was no
Hanif
sect.
means? Do you know
There
what
was
Hanif
no
means?
sect called Hanif.
Do you know what Hanif means? 1 second, man.
I'm
Car,
not
this
sure.
guy is trying to bring a correlation
Hanifia.
between Hanif and
Hanifia.
Sufism when there's no correlation, fam. What does
No,
Hanif mean?
I said that he joined a select group of religious thinkers in Mecca called the Hanifs or the Seekers. That's another word for it, right? The Hanifs of Arabia at the time, yeah, because they was already against idol worship. Everyone in this group was against idol worship. Searched for coherent religious identity for the Arabs, looking for a clear doctrine to replace the welter of deities and the shambles of blood sacrifices held around the Temple of Mecca. They focused their attention on the all-encompassing Father God, Allah, whom they freely equated with
Man
the
said father,
Jewish
you know, like, this guy should
Yahweh
be cancelled,
and
man.
Christian Jehovah. Hold on. They revered
But
the
listen, yeah.
tradition
Are you
that
are you
Mecca.
mixing?
Right.
Is
Cool,
this a
cool.
hybrid
All
hybrid
right,
this is
Sufism or
in
something? Is
good,
this hybrid of many other religion?
this is in
Yeah.
this is in the Prophet Muhammad, the biography by Barnaby Rogerson, and his
Barnaby
Rogerson,
Have you
yeah.
read Have you read the biography of?
Hold on, his reference is Ibn Ishaq.
But
That's his
I
reference.
just told you, man. I just told you the criticism of Ibn Ishaq. Go read it up, search it up,
Ibn
and
Ishaq
go
did
back
look.
in
I
it.
don't care
But
about
listen
what
now,
later
bro.
people say.
1 second,
He's
yeah.
the first person to have done an
All
autobiography
right. So
on
what?
himself.
Who cares?
You couldn't.
He's
You
not,
didn't even
brother.
have enough time to prove that Ibn Ishaq ain't a authentic scholar.
Have you
All right,
checked
I
out
will.
Ibn Ishaq by any
When
chance,
me
whether
and
it's
you talk
true or not?
again. 1 second, brother. Yeah. Like your correlation between like the whole. I was listening to your debate, man. I listened to every point that you said. Saying that I didn't listen, I was listening throughout the whole thing, fam. So you
why did you
mentioned
say that I
Hanif.
use
1 second
Christian
now. 1
sources?
second. 1
I never
second,
use
bro.
no Christian sources.
All right, listen, man. Hanif. There's no correlation between Hanif and Sufism. There's no zero correlation. The word Hanif is basically a monotheistic person who worships one true God. So you were trying to hide behind that. You feel me? That Hanif and Sufism some kind of same thing, when it's absolutely got nothing to do with each other. Nothing, zero. It's nothing. Sufism and like, come on, bro. Like you gotta stop the disingenuous, the lying,
Hanif were
the fabrications, and the manipulations coming from your side. You're clearly
What's your
lying.
sources?
You know you're
What's
lying.
your sources? What's your sources, cousin?
The Hanifs were called Sufis by Arab polytheists because they wore woolen robes
Show me that.
called
Show me that.
Suf.
Show me
By
that.
oral traditions were some of the first followers of Islam. This is mainstream information.
All right, show me that now. You just said something that the Arabs, who Arabs were calling themselves this? Was it the companions that were saying these like were Sufis, the Hanifis were Sufis, right? That's what you're saying. Who was calling them Sufis?
I showed you in the Quran 3 verses 67 where it says in the Mushin Khan hadith, by Quran, and if it worked for him, which I said that you can't take him off the table, because if it wasn't for him, he's the one who translated the Sahih Bukhari
But what does the verse say? The verse, what are you talking about? What verse?
hadith,
37.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I said that he what was it again? Okay. Oh yeah, I said in that Quran it says that Abraham was a Hanif.
That's a lie. Oh yeah, Abraham was a Hanif, but he was not a Sufi. He was definitely not a Sufi.
Yeah, but
Ibrahim
I'm saying
has nothing to do with Sufi.
I showed you the differences between Hanifs and Sufis, yeah, and it's the exact same.
You show the differences, or you mean the similarities?
Yeah, it's the exact same. And
Hanifs and Sufis are the same. Are you joking?
Even Islamic historian Ibn Khaldun said that Sufism was going the Sahaba practiced Sufism.
But
so I even showed that
Sufism,
in there, and he's a top Muslim scholar.
Brother, listen, man. Like,
let me go to that.
Ibn Khaldun. Ibn Khaldun,
yeah,
you said.
Ibn Khaldun. Let me go and find it.
But he was a historian,
as I
right?
said, man, like
he was a historian,
of course,
right?
He's a top historian of Islam.
Right, so he's not a scholar; he's a historian.
He's a historian. He's multiple things. He's a
historian.
geographer. He's all types.
Nah, he was a historian. Get
and
that
a
right.
religious leader too.
Anyway,
look at he's got big credentials.
All right, cool, man. Anyways, yeah, you're right, man. Bang, just
it said I showed. Here's what I showed.
There was an initial question that I was going to ask, which was, you said anytime I'm going to debate my man. Debate him on what, bro? This is
the same thing, man. The same topic, man.
We're not doing the same topic, bro. Come on, man.
All right, then that's it. What can I do?
Why are we gonna repeat the same topic, bro? He's already just had a debate, bro. It don't make no sense.
Nah, man, bro. You not think of it? Way free, man. I want that. Like, listen, man. Like, if are you willing to have that debate with me, Mr. Brother Good?
Yeah, I'm going for having it again.
All right, cool. Then they set it up, man. People want to listen to it again, fam. So
I don't
cool,
think
man.
they do, bro. I don't
Yeah, they
think
want
they
to listen
do.
to it, man.
No, I don't think they do. I don't see no one barling out for, yeah, let's hear M-Stacks debating on this. No, M-Stacks. Bro, I'm not going to
All
lie
right,
to
let's
you, bro.
see,
No,
man.
you
There's a
might
live
get
chat.
better.
Who's saying that we should debate?
Let's find it could be on the similar lines, but let's adjust it, man. Let's adjust it so it's unique. I'm gonna have a doppelganger debate. Yeah, Rando just had a bad boy debate with him, freestyling. So I don't see the point of like rematching the same topic. Like, let's just try and be
What's the
creative.
title?
Bro, I ain't got one. I honestly didn't consider even. I don't know. I thought he was at the game, bro. But you tell me. But like, try and come up with something rather than say let's just do this same debate all over again. Let's be creative, bro. Let's be imaginative. You know what I mean? It's more for you to tell me.
Same thing, man. Yeah.
The exact same thing. That's what you're saying. Just the exact same thing. That's it.
Jamal.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm looking to body bag this, man. You can't. M-Stacks versus good guy. Is Sunnis on the right way of Islam. Yeah, bang, bro. Let's go, fam.
Well, come on, you having enough. I don't know.
All right, man.
Yeah,
Then say what you want. Then what is it, man?
Like, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, broski. It just doesn't make sense to me, bro. It don't make sense to me. Like, bro, like I don't hear no one in the chats saying, "Yeah, let's make this debate." Bro, you was bro for a month. Your name has been up on my channel. You know, like, yo, you man are debating. Obviously, you didn't debate. Rando did it. Now on the same day of the debate, you just want to rematch this exact same topic, and I'm like, no, that's not even making good viewer sense, bro. Like, let's respect the fans as well. Let's respect the people that came out to see you, the people that like bookmarked it and put the notification bell to make sure they caught M-Stacks. Let's give them some respect and let's do something. Let's just change it a bit. And you lot are Muslims, innit? So between you two, you lot can decide. Like, you've been chatting for 10 minutes. I ain't even been listening. So there must be something within this that you could pick and say, okay, let's debate on this. But man's being lazy again and saying, well, you tell me what. If it's not the exact same thing, then you tell me, Jed. I don't think that's fair. And I think you man have to, I think you should make a little bit more effort.
All right, bring the title. I don't mind, man. Whatever you, I don't know, man.
All right, so brother, good God Allah, is there a title that you feel, is there a title that you feel do you know what I mean? You'd be interested in debating M-Stacks with? And just by the way, yeah, like M-Stacks didn't let us pin him down to a debate on the same day that he debated Beefy. He weren't having it. Even the next day, he weren't having it. So not to be hypocritical. If you want to chill out, or if you want to pick a different...
All right, then chill out, bro. I don't mind, man. You can chill out,
Hold on, man.
I'll be back in.
Hold on, M-Stacks, man. Like, the ego thing, you gotta just left that, bro. Like,
nah, bro, I need to go, man. So I'm trying to do this quickly, man. You feel me? There's no ego here, man.
Either then go and then come back and set it up again. Go and then come back and set up another day, bro. Or you're not gonna pressure man into like jumping to your tune. I'm not really feeling it, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's not really that. You don't hold no weight, bro. You as a champ, you just an L now, bro. You go sit on the bench next to Beefy. You hear me? And
you know what? To tell you the truth, I didn't really want to have that. I don't even like debating. You know, it's not really my. You know what I mean? But I always knew that I would at some point have to defend the Sufi thing. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's not really one that I really like debating because I know it's just gonna get all that's gonna happen is Sunni's just gonna end up hating me. You know what I mean? I ain't really got no problems. Like
that shouldn't be the case, though.
Like, I'm just saying.
Be the case.
No, I just believe that Sunnis will just end up hating me, and all that's gonna happen, huh?
Why?
Yeah, because that's the mentality that I've from since I was little. That's the energy that I've got from you, like, you know what I mean? So
Sunnis hate you. Basically.
Like they hate the truth, man. Like when they try to make me come around and try to get me onto their thing, you know what I mean? Like. And I'm coming. I've had it lots of times, bro. It's not like I think, bro.
No, wait, hold on. Okay. So, from your understanding, if they're calling you to become Sunni, they hate you automatically.
No, because once I start, showing them I have information and stuff like that, and like I'm saying, they can't refute what I'm saying, then they just get all hatey and just get funny.
Okay, here's my
That's
take
all.
here. I'll give you my feedback for this debate, yeah. Because I'm gonna go soon anyways. But I'll give you my feedback on this, yeah. If you had brought the Quran, if you brought verses from the Quran showing your understanding of, like, showing your argument, and if you brought hadith from the Sunnah
He brought
showing your
loads of
argument.
No,
Quran
I would
on the
rather
screen.
debate
I can't
politics
see
or
your
something
name.
like
I
that.
don't know who
That's
the
all
S
I'm
guy is,
saying,
but I
man.
can't see your name.
It's
I
S.
don't
It's
know.
S.
No, I ain't got no problem.
I
Hey,
don't know
brother,
what.
I know there's no way I'm gonna convert a Sunni, right? You know what I mean?
No. Okay. So
You know,
sorry,
the Quran
I was
says,
saying, no, but I was saying, yeah, for any Muslim on earth, those two things will hold weight. That's how you will bring them, like, you'll show them the truth like that. If I bring a Belgian scholar who's just an Orientalist and he writes books about Islamic history, that's not proof for me. Like,
Okay, but you can take religion from a Jew.
bro, you weren't even
Taking
paying
religion from a Jew.
attention, bro.
Yes, I
Bro,
don't know
you
what
weren't
your
even
beef
paying
is.
attention, bro. It
What's
don't
going
even
on?
matter, man. It don't matter. I know that it's like
Why
a
is this guy
football
upset? I
team,
don't
innit?
get.
You ain't gonna. There's nothing that I can say that's gonna bring you over anyway. So
No,
it's
you
just for
can't.
the debate.
I'm just giving you constructive criticism. Like,
I'm not.
The
I don't
man
even
saws
want you. You don't
Africa.
even have
That's
to
good
leave,
enough.
bro.
Okay, what is?
Sunniism's good. Look, let me tell you something,
Wait,
bro.
are you
I
talking?
actually believe that Sunniism is
Oh my
good for some folks.
Okay,
Like,
okay,
depending on how evil you are,
okay.
you might
What?
need Sunniism. You might need to pray 5 times a day, maybe more,
Okay.
depending on how evil you are. If you're a killer, you need
Mhm.
that strict Sunniism.
Okay.
You understand?
All right. So S, who are you three? Where do you? What's your thing? Because you seem to have a chicken.
You want to know my opinion?
Yeah. What's going on? Go on.
No,
Obviously,
why do you do that?
No.
Why?
No,
No.
I literally don't know what's going on. Like, he keeps jumping in, and I'm
That's
just
what he
having a
does.
conversation.
That's what he does. He just does that, man. Don't worry. He just does it. He ain't got no opinion.
Yeah.
He ain't got no
Rando,
opinion. He
can I
just,
ask
So
you a
it's
Say
just,
no opinion then.
No, I'm
I
not
don't-
saying you don't have opinion, but bro, like it's just a deflection, man. Like, honestly.
Okay. So
Yeah,
so
it's a
anyways,
deflection.
I was
You're right.
saying.
My man's
I was
got
saying.
this anyway. So read that. Direct your questions to him. He's got
Yeah, I
this.
was. I'm having a conversation with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So good. So I was saying, yeah, if you brought those two sources to any, like, even for you as a, like, you believe you're a Muslim, right?
I
He really
believe.
believes he's a Muslim.
That's you know what I mean? It's
Can't answer
crazy.
that question. Question void.
Sorry,
I
are
believe.
you?
That's what I'm
Do
saying.
you
I
think?
know,
I believe I'm a
I know.
Muslim.
I can already see through you. You know what I mean? Like, I
What
can
am I
see.
doing? Okay,
I
what
know
do
that
you?
you're the type of Muslim that don't see the Nation of Islam as Muslim. These times, when the black man in America was getting oppressed, beaten,
So are you
lynched.
Nation
Yeah.
of Islam?
Hold on, bro.
Okay.
When the black,
Handed out bread in
you
the street.
criticize the blacks, the black Muslims in America, like they
What
might
the
be.
hell?
Going door to
Hold
door,
on, bro.
like old ladies.
I'm just picking your brain. Yeah, you can tell me if you agree with it or not. But I
Okay,
just
go on.
believe that you're from the Sunni ilk. Yeah,
Yeah.
that you lot criticize the black Muslims in America. These times there was no the Saudi Arabian government had all that power and they didn't say nothing when they saw blacks getting lynched, beat down and everything. These teachings helped criminals, all sorts of that, yeah, and help uplift the brothers and made them stand upright. Got a brother like Malcolm X. You can say, well, he was a Sunni, right? But at the end of the day,
Yeah, he
it was
became
the
Sunni.
Nation of Islam teachings that
Oh,
took him
wow.
from a pimp, yeah, and a hustler to an upright, upstanding man that is well loved all over the world. You
Yeah,
understand?
it
It
was
was
yeah,
the Nation of
it was
Islam
good
teaching.
movement.
It weren't Sunnism that came and took him out of the jail. But I'm just saying, you lot criticize the black Muslims in America and don't even see them as Muslims. That's the type of mindset. These times you
No,
have money, you have wealth in Saudi Arabia. You still got blacks as slaves, but you didn't ever once try to say,
Let him answer
oh,
the question if he
The
believes they're
Sunnis in
Muslim.
Pakistan, Middle East have never said, oh, told the Europeans or the Americans, you need to stop killing blacks. Never. Even the brothers and sisters in West Africa, you've never said, how come you don't give the wealth and share the wealth with the black African? Why does he have to live in shit while everyone else is picking
Guinea-Bissau,
out their thing?
internal wars.
The Sunnis are meant to be righteous, but they never say nothing about that. Plus, the Sunnis want to tear down the pyramids. I mean, the Salafis want to tear down the pyramids and steal ancient artifacts from Timbuktu. And it's the Sufi brotherhoods who are trying to, or fighting with old Turkish Ottoman Empire guns to try and protect the manuscripts. And only ones trying to fight against the pyramids not getting torn down. So I'm just trying to say that, you know what I mean? And then you lot criticize those brothers, but you lot don't ever try to send no help to the black man in West Africa, in the Caribbean, and America. And you see us getting oppressed the most, more than anybody else on this planet. Facts.
So I got from that I'm Saudi.
I said that your mindset, you don't respect the black
My mindset
brothers
is
in
Saudi.
America. I'm saying you don't respect the black brothers, yeah, who've got their Islam that you lot don't agree with, yeah, because you lot see it as racist and this, that, and the other. But I see it, yeah. But I'm saying you lot ain't taking into consideration the fact that they're being oppressed every day and minimized.
No, I don't. Wait, okay. So are you saying because
don't give a shit?
Oh, okay.
Ad-libs.
And just like Sunni governments don't care about the black man. And we were Muslims. A lot of us were Muslims before we even came to America. But they don't even say, "Raw, let's go and get our brothers." We should understand that they've been robbed of a knowledge of self. The white man stopped us from speaking our language and being educated for 400 years. So you don't even take that into consideration.
All right. What about the black Muslims in Africa? Do you consider them to be good people?
What's that got to do with all the information you just gave, and he didn't even answer your question? What's that got to do with it? Answer his question.
Because you said that I believe. I believe I'm a Muslim? That's what you said to me, bro.
I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah. Like, yeah, it might. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what? It's not gonna be possible for just two people to just talk, Rando. Even though Sham is cutting in, I know it could be annoying, but you're gonna have to kind of ride it out because someone else might want to chime in with a point. Because we do have 5 other people on the panel.
That's fine. I mean, if you can all like have goes or stuff like that, or I don't know how this works, but for the ad-libs, I'm mad though. Like literally, as soon as I start talking, this guy jumps in saying you're not answering, and I'm like, bloody hell, I'm trying to. Anyways,
he does that.
Yeah, he's trying to ask a question. That's what he's trying to do. Trying to ask a question you should be answering. The guy gave you so much information, you reply,
most of it I agree with.
And then you ask him a question.
Wait, most of it I agree with.
Yeah, so what parts?
The part that I disagree with, I was going to explain, right? If you can just wait a little bit. Just wait 1 second. The part that I disagree with is saying that I can have my own theology, I can create my own ideas and theology about Islam because
it's about the dirty things that people do in Dubai. Like they go to Dubai and
I got one for I got a question for I got one for you after to answer what you're saying. Yeah, because
go ahead.
Yeah, go on. No, I was gonna say show me what aspect of the Nation of Islam is against Islam not racist. What part of the Nation of Islam teaching, because that's what you love to attack, yeah. I'm saying what part of that is not Islam? Oh, you don't. You're not. No, you asked me why do I think I'm Muslim?
I said 2 words.
When I've seen Muslims, I've seen Sunni Muslims. I'm just saying, I've seen Sunni Muslims say about another Muslim, even though they're wicked, they'll say, "Well, you ain't a proper Muslim," but they will say, "Oh, but you don't know what's in his heart." Yeah, that's what you like to say. So then you tried to ask me, what makes me think I'm a Muslim? Or you think you're a Muslim?
No,
so
that's
that.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said.
I see what you're trying to do there.
Wait, hold on. Before I even knew you were Nation of Islam, I
want not Nation of Islam, bro. I see them as proper Muslims. That's what I'm saying.
They get the culture.
Okay,
I'm saying, show me what aspect of them makes them not real Islam Muslims.
I'm gonna carry on speaking, and I'm just gonna hope you listen. Right. So the part that I know that seemed to have riled this whole conversation off track, right, derailed the convo, was when I said to you, "Do you believe you're Muslim?" Right. When I asked you that, what I meant was, I believe Rando. I believe I am Muslim. Do you believe you're Muslim? That was it.
Ask him if he believes you're a Muslim.
Yo, Sham, please, man. He just asked man a direct question. Like,
that was literally
time your interaction. Like
I'm
time
gonna
it,
leave
bro.
him too because he's, you know.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Am I talking too much?
No, you're not. No, you're not. But like,
Because I don't know what you're.
just time and interaction. Anyway, you heard the question, brother. Good God, I'm not looking to get involved. It's late. I should be in bed by now. So
I'm
like,
gonna go
yo,
sleep.
champ, help this last part of the conversation just run smoothly. If you got something to get off your chest, get off your chest. Otherwise, let the brothers that are actually Muslim and invested in this, like, not to say you're not a Muslim because I don't know your status, but like the brothers that openly are, let them just deal with this, man, and just be like, if you're not invested, I just want to hear a bit of information before I go sleep and give these man. It's like a warm down for the debaters. Like, please, just chill.
It's fine. Yeah, it's chilled, man.
Go on, man.
Go on. Good. Sorry, I was asking you. Do you believe you're Muslim?
Yes.
Okay.
Obviously.
Okay, that's fine. No, but I didn't mean it as in you don't believe you're Muslim. I was just asking. But anyways, I can't even remember what that point was because it was so long ago. But anyways, so you're asking me about the NOI, Nation of Islam, and what my views on them are, right? I'm simply going to tell you. Yeah, I'm simply going to tell you that there are certain things in their doctrine that I believe are anti-Islamic. For example, the racism that's in the doctrine, as in the white man is a devil, right? We don't as a Muslim, I can't believe that. Even though I'm black, I can't believe that a white man is a devil by default, like the white men are devils, right? I can't believe that. That's not part of Islam, and the Prophet taught us something different to that. That's one thing. The other thing is, for example, God becoming reincarnate, right? In I think WD Fard, I think his name was. The guy before Elijah Muhammad. Like, God becoming reincarnate into a human being, I can't believe that as well. That's not part of our creed as Muslims.
That's not what he says.
Okay, maybe it's exactly. I don't like. So I was gonna say to you, actually, one of the points I was gonna make was that I don't know much about NOI, so that's why I don't debate NOI. I don't know much about them. That's why I came onto the thing to debate Sufism. I know a lot more about Sufism than I know about NOI. So that's not my field. I haven't read about it. I don't know much about it. I know Malcolm X. I know Elijah Muhammad. I know the Nation of Islam, what they did for the civil rights movement. I know that part of history and stuff, but I don't know enough about NOI creed to debate it. That's why I'm not going to debate it until I'm read about it. Does that make sense?
Right. But you see, when you in the Quran, it says that Gog and Magog are going to be ruling the world at the end of time. Yeah.
Okay.
In the end times. Yeah. So Gog and Magog. Yeah. They come from West Asia. That's where European people come from.
Okay.
Or the Indo-Europeans, the same ones that invaded. They call the Gutians that invaded. We call it that invaded Babylon. They're the Vidics in India who invaded Asia and put in the caste system. They invaded Egypt and they were called under various names, Tamahu, Sea People, and other names. Well, they came in with the Tamahus, but they were called Sea People, and that they invaded Africa too. You see what I'm saying? So this is a teaching that's in the Quran, Gog and Magog, yeah. And you know what I mean? This was a person. This was like I think the son of Noah, one of the sons of Noah, and he went to West Asia. See what I'm saying? So that's the Europeans based upon the Quran.
Okay, so maybe if you want to set out, if you want to discuss NOI another time, I'm more than happy to do that. Right? But what I said about
look up Gog and Magog. Get Gog and Magog, yeah, and then you would understand who the nation is. Then you understand what the nation of Islam are saying. You would get more of an understanding because when you look up Gog and Magog.
No, I know a lot about Gog and Magog.
You know about Gog and Magog? Okay.
No, I know about them.
And he died. And Gog and Magog. Gog died in Britain. You know that, innit? Gog died in Britain.
I don't have evidence for that.
There's evidence for Gog's is on the city in Gills, and he died in London by Brutus Black man killed him. Look up the story of Gog and Magog.
Yeah,
you see on the city and Gills, your city and Gills. When you go to the colleges, see when you go to the colleges and you see the Gog and Magog. There's even festivals for him in Britain. Yeah, it's a giant that lived in Britain that ruled Britain. And it got killed. That's where Brutus. That's the main. Where the British came from.
Yeah. I know the history of Britain, and I know that part.
Yeah, and Brutus defeated the giant that was God.
But okay. I know that's in British history. Like that's something that's written, right? Like they've talked about it. I've read about that. But what I'm saying is, when I say evidence, I haven't got evidence from the Quran or Sunnah to say that the Gog and Magog are going to be in the UK and they're going to die here. I don't have any evidence for that. Like, there's nothing to support it in our religion.
Is there anything going against that in your religion?
No, we know where they will die. Essentially, they will die in the where. So Jesus, it's a long history. It's a long event that's going to happen. But Jesus basically and his followers and Mahdi are going to go to a mountain in the Middle East, right, in the Sinai Peninsula area, right, and that's where they're going to take refuge, because God will tell them that God will tell Isa, he will tell Jesus, right, that you cannot defeat this army. You can't defeat these people. Go with your people and to a refuge, essentially. So they will go to a refuge, and that's when, in the plains in that region, right, that's when they will shoot the arrows into the sky. And if you read the rest of the hadith, you'll see what happens. So there's nothing about UK. There's nothing about Europe. We don't know anything about that. So if you've got evidence for that, then maybe you can share that. But anyways, like I said, we're gonna go into another debate. I'm not sure I have energy for that, but
obviously
it's been good. It's been good having a conversation with you.
Obviously, his family migrated out of there. I'm saying after the floods, because he's one of the sons of Noah, one of the grandsons of Japheth. Yeah, he's the son of Japheth. His kids went other places. They went up into They went up into Northern Europe. They're the Vikings and all them man there. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying that Gog's last stop was Britain. It doesn't say that he's going to be there in the Quran. If you look up British history, the foundation of Britain, Brutus was an escatan. These black Italians, Sicilians, North Africans, and they had a guy called Brutus who went to Britain. That's where they got the name British from, and he killed the giant Gog. One of the giants that was Gog, and that they've got in London, and that's where.
Yeah, but do you know where they got that from?
And that's where if you look at City and Guilds, when you get City and Guilds qualifications, City and Guilds have a Gog and Magog in there, the giant man that is Gog and Magog. They're showing you that in the symbolism of the society that they recognize that they're from Gog and Magog. They're recognizing that, bro.
Okay.
We could have that debate too.
Yeah, I don't mind having a discussion about the end times and stuff like that. I don't mind having a conversation. But so just quickly before I go, so
it's better a conversation, bro.
I don't mind having a conversation. The 2 points that I mentioned, are they wrong about the reincarnation and the white man is the devil?
All right. You see, when we look to want to be like Saintism, that's the main thing of Sufism. This is the reason why we know that Sufism, or the worship of saints, which is what Sufis primarily do, is pre-Islam and pre-everything, because everyone, when we saw a great man live, just like when people see Michael Jordan, when they play basketball, they try to be like Michael Jordan. Saintism. Same thing goes on today. You understand? Like most Muslims, they try to emulate the life of Muhammad. When you look to doing righteous things or look to do something that you don't know, you go and consult the Quran, which came from Prophet Muhammad. So you're trying to follow in his way. You understand? And he's trying to, and Prophet Muhammad is trying to be like God. He's trying to follow the Creator. See, he's trying to. So Sufis, rather than going through Muhammad, we just go straight to the Creator, just like him.
No, he's following the instructions of the Creator, right?
Yeah, what I'm saying, so he can get God consciousness.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying? If
you're saying there's instructions outside,
he's not trying to follow Jesus. Like Christians, most Christians, they try to follow and live like their Jesus. That's another way to God consciousness, though. I'm not gonna dismiss that. But I'm just saying, Saintism, even before religion, we had people who was trying to live like Nimrod or Egyptian pharaohs. You see what I'm saying? Why they had their names that would be called Amos Ra, which means son of Ra. So some of the kings in Egypt were trying to follow the Creator, because Ra, they would call themselves Amun Ra. Amos Ra, which means son of Ra. So they're trying to be son of the creator. You understand? So we know that Saintism or worshipping a saint, that's the same thing as Sufism. So that's what most Sufis try to do, is try to follow the creator. Some of them do live like saints. The relevance of that, like you can't really follow the way of Prophet Muhammad because it's a different time. You see what I'm saying? So I will look to more, me personally, I will look to more try and emulate someone like Elijah Muhammad because he lived in my time. Because he lived in Muhammad didn't live in 2021. So you trying to follow Muhammad, you're gonna get stuck in this society. You understand? So you look to someone, or you might have it. If you had a righteous uncle, you might try to follow his ways, his example, because it's more relevant to you because he lived in your day and time. You see what I'm saying? So that's all. That's really all religion is.
Got it.
You know, we're trying to seek God consciousness, and we use these guys. They're saints, really. Yeah, like Prophet Muhammad. There's lots of saints in Islam. I mean, in Sufi, but you know that's why they follow the way of saints. I'm just saying, Jesus would be seen as a saint. Nefertiti would be seen as saint. As you were Buddha. Confucius, people try to emulate their life so they can reach God consciousness. Doesn't mean that they're wrong, brother. They're just trying to use different and rather than I'm just saying for a Sunni, rather than being dismissive towards the black man, the black nation of Islam in America, you have to take in the environmental aspect and the hegemony. Yeah.
Okay.
Because even when Elijah Muhammad, you see, when Elijah Muhammad went to this is in the FBI files, yeah, right? When Elijah Muhammad went to when he went on tour in the Middle East and he saw Nasser, you know, the one Gahim Nasser, yeah, who staged the revolution against the British, started the Brotherhood in Egypt. When he saw Elijah Muhammad, he invited Elijah Muhammad to stay in Egypt. He had a 70-room palace built for him, and he said to him he wanted him to teach Islam to the black to French West Africa. But Elijah Muhammad said no, he has to go back to America and wake up the black man in America. This is FBI files.
I don't have.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Rando, can I ask you a quick question before you go?
Yeah, go for it, James. Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw a debate in Speaker's Corner between a part of a debate between a Salafi and a Sufi. The Salafi was Isa Frimpani. Do you know him?
Yeah, rahimahullah.
Yeah. So what happened was this Sufi supporting guy said something along the lines of, Sufis are the best. At least with Sufis, you don't get someone blowing themselves up. And Isa Frimpani said, it doesn't matter if he blows himself up. If you worship at the grave, you and him will be in the same hell. In fact, he might be better than you. So do you agree with that statement of Isa Frimpani?
What, someone committing suicide versus someone worshipping at a grave?
Yes, someone kind of committing suicide bombing versus someone worshipping at a grave. Do you think that it's just as bad, or worshipping at a grave might be even worse than suicide bombing?
So worshipping the grave, and you're directing your worship to something other than God, is that's something kufr, right? That's disbelief, right? Committing suicide or suicide bombing, right? Or murder, for example. If you wanna, let's just talk about murder, right? That's not kufr. That's not disbelief. It doesn't reach the level of disbelief. It doesn't take you out of Islam, doesn't it? Like committing crimes, highway robbery, murder, etc., etc. These things don't take you out of Islam.
Okay, so basically, it's kind of you think it's sort of that statement of Isa Frimpani's kind of can be justified, and it can be interpreted to sort of mean something Islamically correct.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, we don't the thing is we can't make judgments on who's going to hell or heaven, right? That's not our thing. We just talk about what's disbelief, what's belief, what's good, what's bad, etc. We can make statements like that.
Okay, so could you say, in principle, kind of worshipping at a grave is more evil according to Islam, or at least the Salafi understanding of Islam, than suicide bombing.
Even if you were to ask a Sufi, right, is disbelieving in God and His Messenger, is that worse or better than someone committing suicide? They will give you the same answer. It's across the board. Like the Ash'aris believe this, even the Mu'tazilis actually believe this. It's across the board. The Shia believe this also. It's not a Sunni Salafi thing.
So
you're talking about belief versus disbelief. There's consensus across the board, right? That hellfire is basically the abode of those who disbelieved.
So disbelievers, let's say in Islam in general, not just Salafism, but being in a state being in a state where you disbelieve in Islam, believe that it isn't true, is the most evil thing imaginable, more evil than murder or suicide bombing or child rape or anything else.
Yeah, disbelief is the worst sin. Yeah, that's the top. Yeah. That's the top of the list, basically.
Yeah, that's
disbelief in what? Disbelief in what? Disbelief in what?
Disbelief in God, His messengers, the revelation that was sent.
Over killing someone.
Yeah, murder you can repent from. Like, for example, even in the hereafter, if you haven't repented, right, and you've committed murder.
But brother, this is the thing.
Yeah, sorry.
You have to. No, I was just saying that. And as Sunnis, I think you don't ever equate the environmental aspects and the fact that Allah is most merciful. So Allah will understand that if you're around wicked influences, Allah would understand that all the Sunnis that you're around are demons. That's the only reason why you didn't follow Islam. You understand? And you might have come to your own way. I'm saying that you have to factor in the environmental factors. Because even in the Quran, it says that Allah gave us a certain scope based up, on our size and influence in life.
I'll ask you guys.
So there's certain things that we won't be able to do.
All right, I'll ask you guys a hypothetical. Actually, James, I'll ask you the question, right? Actually, are you Muslim?
No, not
I don't know if I'd. Okay, for a Muslim, right? What do you think would be worse, right? Rape or murder?
Murder.
And you're basing it off on what?
Basing it off the fact that there's no commandment in Islam not to rape.
Yes, there is.
But it gets the punishment of a highway robber. But anyways, okay. Besides that, so you just don't,
yes,
right?
there is, there is
Wait,
laws against it.
Wait, hold on, brother. Good. One second.
What's the evidence from Quran and Sunnah that rape is the same as highway robbery?
In the Hadith, it has Islamic law on how to keep slaves. You're not allowed to rape your slaves. That's in Islamic law. In the Hadith, that you're not allowed to rape your slave.
I'm not talking about slaves.
No, he's saying that it doesn't forbid rape in the Quran, on our thing. That I'm saying the Hadiths, have where it says that it says that it's illegal to rape your slave. You understand? So it does have things to stop you from raping people, because he said that there's nothing in the Quran or in Islam that to say that rape is a bad thing. That's what I'm trying to say, bro.
Okay,
let's not try to fight each other, bro.
All right. So, anyways, in our religion, right, ightisab or ghasab, right, when you're forcing yourself on the opposite gender, and you attack them, right, it's called hiraba. It's called attacking. Like, it's a terrorist act essentially.
So,
right?
What's
the person is called a muharib.
What's the evidence from Quran and Sunnah for that?
The highway robber. The punishment for the highway robber. Cut off their right and their left leg, right?
But
that's the punishment. Or crucify them, or kill them. This is the punishment in the Quran.
That's for the highway robber, not the rapist.
Yeah, but ightisab is worse than this.
Says
that's what. Since the Malikis, the Shafi'is, the Hanbalis, the Hanafis.
Right.
You're
quoting me scholars, you're not quoting me Quran and Sunnah.
Yeah, but if there's ijma', that's also that's a source for us as well.
Okay, what if Quran and Sunnah say that your ijma' is incorrect? What if I can show you more directly that Muhammad and his companions did not punish the rapist like they punished the highway robber?
Show me.
Okay,
so is this another debate? Yeah.
Well,
okay, go for it.
You want the
go
evidence?
Go for it.
So
You're gonna show me that a rapist Was
Yeah,
not
rape.
punished. Okay.
Umar.
Not your definition of rape, but rape, as in
rape
they
is
they said this person is a muharib and
Okay,
they have not punished. That's
listen to
interesting. That's an interesting claim. Go for it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
from Saki Abukari, I'll paste the link in the back chat as well.
So this is not your definition of rape, right?
It'll say what the definition of rape is in the hadith.
Oh, in the hadith. Okay, bring it, please. Go for it.
And Safiya bint Ubayd said, a governmental male slave tried to seduce a slave girl from the kumas of the war booty till he deflowered her by force against her will. Therefore, Umar flogged him according to the law and exiled him, but he did not flog the female slave because the male slave had committed illegal sexual intercourse against her will. So
yeah, so slaves. Yeah, you're talking about two slaves, sir.
Wait. So let me point out about this.
What the hell?
Shows a male slave committing rape and being punished with the same punishment as if he had committed zina, i.e.,
zina, fornication.
Yes, so it shows that rape is not punished according to crucifixion, like the highway robber. It is punished with flogging or stoning, the same as if he had consensual extramarital sex or zina.
To slaves, this is the punishment for a slave, James.
Oh, look. You're not gonna find.
Wait, you understand? Do you understand? Wait, hold on. James, you understand throughout fiqh, right? The slaves get half the punishment of a free man. So if they commit a crime, they get half the punishment.
So
do you know that? Do you know that?
Wait a second. Yeah, in that applies in some cases. It doesn't apply in the case of murder.
It applies across. Sorry?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
So,
not
sorry?
in the case of murder. In murder.
In murder, there's difference of opinion. If it does or not.
Let me refute what you just said. Let me just refute what you just said.
Bro,
So,
you actually.
if a
James,
slave,
did you wake up? Did you wake up now? Because we just had a debate.
Wait. So you just made a claim that the slave always gets half the punishment. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
generally.
not true.
Generally.
It's always true. So here's a big counterexample to that.
Yeah.
The counterexample is that if a slave kills a free man, then the slave gets punished with the death penalty, or what the same kisas or eye for an eye punishment.
Yeah, there's a difference of opinion. Yeah.
Well, no, there's not a difference of opinion in this.
There's a difference of opinion on that.
Well, okay.
The book that
the book of Islamic law.
James, the book that I'm referencing
with kisas, eye for eye punishment, the full eye for eye punishment. You know who gets less than? You know who gets less than that? If a free man in Islamic law kills a slave, then according to kind of most interpretations of Islamic law, the free man gets less than the punishment for the slave. The free man is not killed for murdering a slave in Islamic law. There is no
opinion also.
You're right. There is a difference of opinion, but the main opinion, the more popular opinion.
No, it's not. In which madhab?
It is.
Which madhab? Which madhab is that rajih? Show me.
Shafi, and I believe Maliki as well. And I'll show you that. Okay, we just go to the.
You said that Shafi. You said the Shafi'i madhab and the Maliki madhab.
I believe so, but we can do better than speculating. I know for certain it's Hanafi. I believe it's also Hanbali. And let me show you from the distinguished Jewish climate, Ibn Rushd.
And this is James.
Wait a second.
This is when. No, but James, this is the problem. This is when usul al-fiqh, right? You know what usul al-fiqh is?
Yeah, the principles of Islamic law.
Jurisprudence. When you don't have that, and you haven't studied usul al-shashi, for example, in Hanafi fiqh, you haven't studied al-waraqat, for example, you haven't studied. If you don't know these things, right, you wouldn't know how to navigate fiqh. You don't know how to do it.
Okay, so this is posturing.
So no. What I'm saying. Okay, so you said okay.
Let's actually go to the evidence. Okay.
Okay, but I'll ask you a question. On that. Sure. So you said in Maliki madhab and Hanafi madhab, this is the rajih opinion.
Yeah, the well agreed, the most agreed.
Hold on, brothers.
Please provide that evidence.
Hold on, brothers. And listen,
please
brother. Hold on, brothers. Let's clear. Let me just clear this up quickly, yeah. And brother, like we're on the same team. It's not like we're fighting against each other. I didn't even want to have that type of debate. It was him Stacks who wanted to have this debate. So it weren't me who's trying to have this whole debate. Like Sufism, I'm not really in it. You know what I mean? 'Cause I don't want it to look like I'm against Sunnis. So anyway, but let me just bring up this verse, and you can remember it to deal with guys like this. In Surah 24:33, it says, "And let those who do not have the means to marry keep themselves chaste until Allah enriches them out of His bounty. And if any of those bondspeople in your possession desires a deed of emancipation, make it possible for them. If you find goodness in them, and give them some of Allah's wealth, which He has granted you. Do not force your slave girls into prostitution for your own worldly gains, while they wish to remain chaste. And if someone coerces them, then after such a coercion, Allah is certainly all forgiving, most merciful to them." Well, I could guess, I could guess what you're saying, but it doesn't say. Like I said, it says in there you're not supposed to. That would classify rape out of the question. Obviously, if you're not going to do that to your slaves, obviously you're not going to do that to a fellow Muslim. They said don't sell your woman into prostitution. That's basically rape. You understand? Making a woman have to sleep with a man for your own worldly gains. That means like don't be pimping. You see what I'm saying? So that kills what you're saying about the rape. Obviously, the Quran's mystical, bro. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying to this guy, James. The Quran's mystical. So one thing could mean many or 10 different things. Obviously, there's certain. Remember when it was written. So that wisdom we have to. We just know better that ain't based upon scriptures like this. We know that rapes that would be under rape. Obviously, if I heard a scripture like that, the brother will already know that means rape's out of the question. Then I lie what I'm saying to you,
rape is
brother.
definitely out of the question.
From when you hear that scripture there, you know rape's out of the question, right?
There's 100%. There's no punishment specified for raping your slave or your wife. Okay, and that's a fact. So let me get back to let me get back to what Rando asked the evidence for. So I made the claim that in Islamic law, the sort of most common opinion is that
the most accepted opinion.
But
the strongest opinion, basically.
Wait a second. So far from it's always been the case that the slave gets half the punishment for doing a crime compared to the free man. That's actually in the case of a slave committing murder, that the slave will actually get the same or greater punishment than a free man, and that a free man will receive the death penalty, whereas a free man killing a slave will not receive the death penalty. And so, and to show this,
there's difference in opinion, like I said.
But we gotta remember, anyone.
Hold on a second. I need to read out the evidence because I asked for evidence because I made the claim that I couldn't remember exactly which schools, but I know it's most of the schools. And I said definitely the Hanafi school, and I said I think the Maliki school, I think the Shafi school. I can't remember exactly the rest, but I'll provide clarification now when I read out from the Distinguished Jurist Primer by Ibn Rushd.
Excellent book. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you think so. Yeah, he's a chief judge of Islamic Caliphate of Cordoba.
Maliki judge.
Right. And he says in his book, The Distinguished Jurist Primer, which summarizes the opinions of the of the jurists, it says in volume 2, page 482 of the book of offences, that the condition stipulated for the victim, by virtue of which qisas, which is an eye for an eye punishment, is that he should be of it at least of the same status as the murderer. The things due to which people differ are Islam and kufr, freedom and bondage, i.e. being a slave, being male or female, and being one or more.
I mean, all that.
Wait, dude. They agreed that if the victim is equal to the killer in these 4 things,
exactly,
become obligatory. They disagreed about these 4 categories when they did not exist together.
There you go.
If a free man killed a slave, the jurists disagreed about it. Malik, Al-Shafi, Al-Layth, Ahmed, and Abu Thor said that a free man is not to be subjugated to qisas because of a slave. And Abu Hanifa and his disciples said that a free man is to be subjected to qisas for a slave, except when he owns the slave. Okay, Ahmad, meaning Ahmad
Do you want more,
ibn
James? Do you want more information about that?
Shafi and Abu Hanifa.
I'll
So
give you
this
more
is-
references if you want.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that there is more to say about this, but this is one source.
Definitely, there's more to say about that.
Yeah,
Ibn
but
Rushd,
let me
Ibn Rushd,
let me say
he was-
something on it afterwards, man.
But let me just
Ibn Rushd was very
summarize-
brief with this.
Let me summarize what I've just brought here. So, kind of this excellent book of Islamic law by the judge of Cordoba
Ibn Rushd, yep.
That the Malikis, I mean Malik,
Imam
Al-Shafi'i,
Malik.
Ahmad, and Abu Hanifa will say that kind of if a man kills his slave, a free man kills a slave he owns, that he is not to be subject to a knife.
Yeah.
But if that slave kills the free man, then the slave will be subject to a knife for knife punishment.
If he kills his master, yeah.
But Rando, look what he's bringing us. He's bringing us.
Brother, good, don't worry. No, I'm genuinely telling you. This the thing that he's reading, he thinks that's it, basically.
Yeah. I'm glad you share. I'm glad you share.
This is a big point of counter.
I'm bringing up something as well.
Okay.
The big point of counter.
But it's in Arabic, so I'm gonna translate for this guy as well because I don't think he knows Arabic.
This is a big point of counter evidence to the claim that slaves generally or always receive half the punishment of free men in Islamic law. That's why I brought this point.
There's difference of opinion about that. And in fact, the Shafi'i madhab, what was the terminology again? The asah. So the more correct opinion is that qisas is across the board, right? It's not what you said. So I don't know. Again, like I said, Ibn Rushd.
Let me say something to what you're saying though, James. All you're bringing is different opinions from different Muslims. At the end of the day, what they're dealing with, you gotta understand. During the time of the rightly guided Caliph Omar, he was so strict. Yeah, his son was caught drunk in the town square, and he let his son get stoned to death. Obviously, based upon different kings or leaders of the Islamic era, they were more corrupt. You know, like the Umayyads. You know what I mean? Certain different people, like Saudi Arabia today, they corrupt, innit? Not every Muslim agrees with Salafism or with Sunniism or Shiaism or you know what I mean? We've always had different since the time of Muhammad. There's always been divide in Islam because since the Prophet Muhammad, there's no one to get the original information from. You see what I'm saying? There's been arguments in Islam over who should lead, who should we follow? Should we follow Ali? Should we follow Muawiyah? You see what I'm saying? So it's always these are things like same thing with the Christian church. Look how many different denominations there are. There's Reformists, there's Catholics, there's Reformation, Catholic Reformation, there's science, Christian science, scientists. There's what I'm saying? There's Jehovah's Witness. There's so many. They don't agree. Just like Islam. So you're bringing up different people with different opinions. And they're not even referring. They could get all the answers if they looked at the Quran. And if they can't get the answers in the Quran, they go to the Hadith. And in the Hadith, the Quran will confirm the Hadith. So, but they're not concerning that. You see what I'm saying? And you got to remember, when Islam had slaves, a majority, I'm saying 90% of slaves that came under Islam, the Islamic State, it was through it was POWs. 90% of them were POWs. This is his scholars agreed on. So obviously that they gave them the ultimatum: either I kill you or you join Islam. You see what I'm saying? It's after having war with these people. Just like in Africa, the reason why the slave trade took so long for the Africans to stop is because they were having wars with other tribes. They didn't want to see these guys from the other tribe. They've been having a struggle with this tribe for 300-400 years. Yeah. So once they get control, they want them out of Africa because they feel like when they grow up, it's gonna be keep on fighting because of the sway of things. So when the slave trade came in by the British, and that's why the Africans were so happy to get rid of their, well, not slaves, but they were POWs from kingdoms that they had beef with. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
Brother Good God, I appreciate your viewpoints. So I'm obviously arguing with someone who I think represents kind of quite orthodox Salafism, and so I'm going to argue with him slightly differently to how I might argue with you. So I hope you can, allow me some leeway to kind of quote scholars that he would accept as kind of authoritative. Like, for example, he met Rando.
That guy's not an authority, man. That guy from Cordova ain't an authority. He's just a
on the topic of Imam Shafi and what he had to say about the killing of the slave. So
for that, if you want a reference, go to page number 365, volume 20, Majmu' of Imam Nawawi. You'll see what Imam Shafi'i's opinion on that is, and Imam Malik's one actually. There's some narrations from him, and Imam Ahmad, the strongest riwayah, the strongest qawl as well, is that it's across the board. So if you want to check that, please. You could note that reference down as well.
Could you write
Majmu' volume 20. Al-Majmu' volume 20, page number 367. Go to page number 367. You'll see it there. In fact, that whole chapter talks about the qisas. It's an interesting read. If you can read Arabic, that would be good.
So, wait a second. It's going to be a note of it because
where did he go?
But you know what's funny though, bro? You didn't like the dancing in Sufism, but the man who started up Salafism, I mean to say, Abdul Ibn Abdul Muhammad. Yeah, he liked Tasawwuf. He saw the goodness in Tasawwuf.
No, but bro, the thing is with me, I don't really debate. I don't like to debate generally. Firstly, I don't like to debate generally, but the thing is with Sufism and stuff, I kind of there's some forms of Sufism that I have no problem with. That I absolutely have no problem with. And in fact, I listen to some of the scholars as well in terms of like some of the lectures, the reminders that they give and stuff. Is really it benefits me. And I have no problem with them with those kind of Sufis, right? But then there's the other types of Sufis that do other things, like there's some Iraqi esoteric groups that put the sword through their mouths and stuff like that, and etc. And it's all a lot, man. It's a lot.
Yeah, but remember that's why I say we have to always consider environmental factors and hegemony. Remember that is a tradition that they've been a pastime. That's just entertainment to them, bro. And they ain't got TVs and internet like we do. Now, if you put TVs and internet and they had Wi-Fi connection like we do, I'm sure they would be on what we're on. But because they haven't got that, that's their ancient form of entertainment. Now, it don't say anywhere in the Quran or the Hadith that you should stop doing your cultural entertainment. It doesn't say anywhere that you shouldn't do any. I think that entertainment is better than the entertainment that we get fed every day under this in this country. Am I lying? Because you little kids can watch porn. You know what I mean? Seeing that,
But bro, it's been good, man. It's been good. Seriously, I swear I have to go sleep. I've gone way beyond my sleep time, man.
But I believe you would be an excellent debater because you got the star. I think if someone like me was putting together presentations for you, you'd do a great.
You're good at doing presentations, man. But it's just definitely it really helps you as well. So yeah, don't worry, man. You're doing well. I just hope Allah guides us all in it to the straight path.
Oh yeah, man. It's all love at the end of the day, bro. You know what I mean?
All right, bro, man. Take it easy.
Peace, bro.
Pick up yourself, man. I'm out.
Peace. Where's the dude, James? Man, no one else ain't here. I'm the last man standing. I'm the last man standing. Big man Jed, I'm a duck out, brother. If I'm the last man standing.
Yes, brother, man. And listen, man, it was a pleasure. You got Instagram?
No, I don't even deal with none of them things, man. But I'm gonna try to start doing them things, man.
Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, you got WhatsApp, right?
I'll give you my number, man. I'll just drop my number here.
Wait,
And
have you got WhatsApp though?
Nah, I ain't even got WhatsApp, bro. I don't
That's
even
how
deal
I
with them social
communicate,
medias,
really.
bro.
That's how I
Yeah.
communicate. But yeah, drop
Okay.
your number, man, and I'll drop you a text. Drop it
I
in the
don't
back.
really deal with all them social medias. It's just about got me on
YouTube.
on this, man. Yeah, man. I don't really like none of the social media business, and man can find me and stuff. You know, I'm not really into that. You know what I mean?
You know what? I
see that's
respect it,
police
man.
things still. Yeah. I see that as police things, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? See man posting up with weed and stuff like that. Madness. Posting up with all type of things up there, man. Like, I just feel like they're just putting themselves in problems, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna leave my number in there, and then you can just hit me up. Like I said, I be listening. You see what I'm saying? So. But I
Right,
mean,
man.
I just hope that, because I was saying you said that he would have won. I'm saying, brother, you gotta respect the sources, bro. Because if a man's going out of his way, going into this book and that book, like it took me extra hours. You see what I'm saying? To do like just for me to get a couple pages of it's taking me hours because I'm having to find what book and trying to remember. You see what I'm saying? And then I'm having to change the debate because I'm gonna go down a different avenue. You know what I mean? So, to hear that, like I don't, I should have just got it off the top. Just the simple fact that I tried.
Right.
I tried to put, and I tried. I know you may not like the style is just there, just so I don't keep everyone. I don't want to put
No,
people to
you.
sleep.
No, the Star Wars vibe. No, listen, your style's like my style. The style's vibes, and I might just tell a man, this used to have baby in this thing. Where I might just do that, but afterward, it's bare respect to get me. But when you know what it's like when you're in the dojo, man. You do what you do, man. You gotta break some ankles and snap some wrists and that. You get me? It's
Right, yeah,
part
and
of the job,
I want
man.
to make it entertaining for the people. Cause
Yeah.
my first few debates were monologue. You know what I mean? Very monologue.
And you got that feedback saying, bro, why do you sound monologue like that?
Yeah, everyone's saying that I'm boring and this, that, and the other. So I said, all right, I'm just gonna debate angry. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? But then I'm feeling like it was accepted that I'm trying to entertain. I'm trying to keep everyone entertained rather than me just do what he did.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. It's flavor, bro. That's what we call that shit, bro. That's just flavor.
As I said, even if I might take an L again, if you get that debate with Shaka Ra, I might take an L, but I'm gonna drag him with my style. I'm gonna drag him.
Yeah.
With the stuff that I hit him with, but I'm saying you need to make a round where I can ask a man questions.
Everyone said this, man, but I
need a rebuttal. Just give me 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because normally when I go into my debates, I've got a list of questions that they give me 10 minutes to ask as many, and that'll be a funny round. That'll be the sweetest round when I get to put you in the hot seat. He can put me in the hot seat. You see what I'm saying? He can put me in the hot seat. I can put him in the hot seat. And because I like to make it, I like to demonstrate that the person doesn't know what he's chatting about. He ain't got no references. He's just coming off the top. You know what I mean? I like to, drag you out and prove, just show that you don't know what you're chatting about, basically. And I can't really do that because people think that he's got knowledge, but then I can't take him where I want to take him because I can't get that question. And then if I had a round where I can rebut, then I wouldn't have to go back. See,
no, I hear you, man. I hear you. We gotta work that out, man. But maybe if you're free, like just briefly tomorrow, fly through tomorrow. Look, you now, brother, good God, Allah, FTK. That's your title. FTK stands for Fairy Tale Killer. Yeah, you be killing people's fairy tales out here. Also stands for facts, truth, and knowledge. And that's what you're armed with, man. And that's the belt that we throwing around in this little ring, in this little dojo. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, M-Stacks was on a win. Unfortunately, he never turned up to squab. So, you take his title, and then you got a victory over Rando. So you take his title. So people gonna be looking to quote unquote come for your head. You get me? So I'd like to speak to you tomorrow or maybe the day after about possible other
James SC.
debate topics, and then we we'll see who's feeling.
You see that dude? You see that dude we just spoke to? The one that was questioning
James
about
SC,
Islam.
white guy.
And that would be a beautiful debate, man.
It would
I'm gonna
be
come at him.
beautiful.
I'm gonna cut him at his neck. Yeah, give me him. Give me him.
Yeah,
I want
sounds
that.
good too.
We can find. I know we're gonna have a lot of things that we'll disagree on. It don't have to be Islam. I could deal with politics.
Let me say though, James SC's specialist subject, his subject of interest is Islam, innit? Like hadiths, I think
That's
hadiths
cool.
mainly. He loves them shits. You hear me? Or I shouldn't call them shits, but yeah, he loves hadiths and blah 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 blah. And I think just because he heard it was an Islamic conversation, he jumped on, because normally he's on a different side. But yeah.
If he wants to do politics, whatever, man, I'm ready. I'm ready for him. You know what I mean?
Man.
Anything. We could have, is Britain responsible for the destruction of Africa today? We could have that debate if he wants to deny it. If we want to debate that if white supremacy ain't alive and it's different, I'm down for that.
For James, most things out of I don't know, I could be talking wrong, mate. I hope he's listening. I feel like for James, most things outside of Islam is like deep water for him. Do you know what I mean?
Because even evolution, if you was a defender.
Mary Jane, I got you, man. We talk about it tomorrow, Mary Jane. Yeah, we'll line you up, man. I mean,
if you want to debate evolution,
famously mouthy people online, and when I've asked them if they want to debate, their bumhole fell out. They just weren't. They didn't have that fortitude. I could hear the fear, and a lot of people. What people need to realize is you're not gonna dupe me out of not hearing when you're nervous or when you don't. Trust me. Like, I'm very, very good at analyzing your speech pattern, your tone, the words you choose. So if you're nervous, you're not gonna be able to front it out and go like, nah, I'm just can't be bothered. Like, I know you're shook. I know what happened with M Stats today. I know what happened with him. He was embarrassed. Yeah, he was embarrassed, and he known for a fact that he heard you early today. So if he heard you early today and he admitted it, he would have had to have gone and studied and come and hit you up. But he couldn't admit it, so he had to stay until the debate was well underway, and it was too late for anybody to say, right, M Stats, jump on, or whatever. So he's very slick. He's very, very, very cunning. But I'm cunning too, man. You know what I mean? We all cunning out here, man, to survive 2021. We got to be cunning. Anyway, man, I'm going to get some rest, bro. Hopefully you can come through tomorrow and we can chop it up and see if we can find you a competitor or whatever, or at least we put your name on the board and say, yo, this is what he's here and these are the things he wants to debate on.
What about presentation? What about if I did present? I don't mind. There's a presentation. Do you don't mind the presentations?
You know what? Tomorrow, yeah. You know what? Yeah. Tomorrow, come and present your whole presentation, bro. Like the parts that you didn't get to finish, the bits you never went to get into. If you've got more pages, come and show us. Get me. Show us your whole presentation.
I want to do that still. Yeah. But I'm saying in future, because there's a presentation that I'll do. About I believe that apes being recessive human beings. It's in reverse. So there's a few books that I need to read. It'll probably take me about 6 weeks, couple months. But once I've finished with those books, I'll be ready to put all my information on the table concerning that science. I'm gonna deal with science, and then everyone can get to art. Man can question me on it all the step of the way. Even I don't mind you stopping me and getting into it and discussing the information or whatever and critiquing it and hot seating it. You understand? Maybe 50 slides.
Yeah. Mary Cho Jen, you're funny, She said, Jedi, I need another debate, please. Like, she's proper hungry. I love that, man. Yeah, we're gonna get you back on the main stage because you just wanna. I know you just wanna chop heads off, and you don't. You got an L over you and you're not feeling it. I know, man, but I like it. You're learning and you're listening to everyone else's debates and you're seeing their debate techniques. You had the best You had the best slides, bro. What program was you using? Your slide was fucking on fire. Huh?
Just PowerPoint. That's it. Just PowerPoint.
Yeah, it looked good, man. It looked good. It looked good, man. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Well done anyway,
I'm
bro.
still
Like,
trying to improve things. I'm still improving. You know what I mean? So
yeah. But for now, just bask in your little victory. Get back to the dojo, and tomorrow, come through, and we'll chop it up a little bit if you got some time, bro.
Yeah. Most
Yeah,
definitely.
Friday. I like to do a nice. No, it's not Friday. It's Thursday. So, boom. So I'm gonna go now, so I can
Peace,
claw back
bro. Have a
a couple
good,
hours of
good
sleep.
day, man.
Big ups to you,
Peace.
and listen. Big ups to everybody in the chats. You know, all the ones good mannered, good and well polite, and that the ones that listen to everybody's side of the story and try to put their biases to the side and whatnot, and gave everyone a good shot, a good crack of the whip. Big ups to you. Big ups to everyone that hit the like button. Big ups to everyone that's donated, shown a little bit of love today. It means a lot to me, trust me, and I'm sure it means a lot to the people that took part in it. Big up to the mods. Big up to the whole Trill Squad, everyone Trill Squad. Big up to the Trillionaires, the whole Green Gang. Do you know what I mean? Everyone with their name in green, all the members. If you want to become a member, hit the join button. You get perks, you get exclusive content. You get what else you get? You get merchandise. You get what else you get? You get money off things and just whatever I could do. 102 lakhs. Finally, we got over 100. Wicked. Oh yeah, and before we go to sleep, let me just remind you lot, we got the Trill Lottery popping off, yeah? The Trill Lottery popping off. £200 is the jackpot for this competition. So you could win £200 simply by buying a £5 or £6 ticket. I say £5 or £6 ticket because it's £6 for non-members and £5 for members. So there you go. Another reason to join the Trill Army is because you get money off things and whatever. When we're doing stuff like I've got a load of things to give away and loads of I've got dropped off a care package of beauty stuff and it's just I'm just gonna make sure I go above and beyond for the members to make sure that they know that the appreciation of them spending as little as £1 a month, £1 a week with me to help maintain the channel and get up to a next level, buy equipment. Those of you that know that I lost my laptop in a terrible boating accident, a fishing accident. I lost it. It got drowned. It got drowned in the bath. You know what I mean? And I'm still trying to recoup. That costs money to get. And I'm still trying to get my money up to recoup that because I ain't balling by any means. By any means. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, if you wanna be part of this Trill Lottery and be in with a chance to win the £200 or one of the 3 runner-up prizes, which is gonna be £20 and 2 £10. Do you know what I mean? For a £6 ticket or £5 ticket, you can't really go wrong, man. We've got 100 numbers on the board. A few of them are gone. You can see them crossed off in red. I hope that is clear enough. Yeah, we've got 100 numbers on the board. And when 90 numbers are picked, then we're going to go for it. We're going to play the draw, and someone's going to get that money. Play the new video you posted, Jedi. Which new video I posted, brother? Can you play some vaccine before you lock off? Nah, it's too late, King, but I'll do it in the morning.
Hey, Jed, and another thing, I want to use that track because when I go on and debate in them American platforms, I like to play a little intro beforehand. Yeah. If I could use your track there, the vaccines before
do your thing,
when
bro.
I'm in an American thing, yeah.
I appreciate it. You know what you need to do? What you need to do is tell me.
I even play the video as well.
Yeah. Tell me when you're going to do a debate so I can come and watch, man.
Okay,
definitely. You didn't even drop the channel. Give me the name of the channel so I can subscribe at least. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely.
And I can go over there and see if I can poach. If I can poach some
yeah, because I'm thinking maybe you can hot seat some of them dudes. Bring them over and that's why I wanted you should just hot seat Unc on your show. Because he's gonna be pushing the vaccines, and I think it'll be hilarious hearing
bro,
you
bring him over. Honestly, if you can get him to come over, we can.
Yeah, he'll come over.
That's what I was trying to say to you. Honestly, sometimes a social network is good. It's a good buffer, and it's a good way to communicate. Because for me, I just send people go to my Instagram and inbox me.
Right.
Simple. Bam, bam, bam.
I'm gonna hit him up tomorrow.
I like shit like that, and then where you can always leave a message for me. For instance, when we was looking for you, Not when we're looking for you. But when we hadn't seen you for a few weeks, I might have dropped you a line to say, yo, King, everything good? We still on? Therefore, I could have told N-Stats, listen, he might not have jumped online, but he's about, innit? He's dead there, so make sure you're on point. But you told us you was going to be here today, and I believed you. You said, I'm going to be there, bro. Something about your energy just said, you know, you're going to be there. You know?
Right.
A lot of people were saying, no, N-Stats definitely going to turn up. He let us down, man. But big him up, though. He's a young buck still, you get me?
No, I genuinely didn't hear him talk about. I didn't hear that conversation where you lot was having about him, me not turning up. I didn't hear that. If I heard that, I only saw him when he was bringing up the money and stuff like that. So I kind of watched it from there because that was funny to me. So
that was after. Big up Sepid and Asadi, man. Big up Sepid, Asadi. Big up everyone. Big up Bibi Nana. Big up Zion MC. Mark Smith, Chemo. Big up Aero Trillmatic. Mary Trill Jen. Who else we got? Dublin Trillers Pacifier. Yeah, Bibi, Born Rich, Jack Knight. Jack Knight, you've been getting kind of ham, man. You need to calm it down a little piece, broski. You know what I mean? Babadule. Babadule don't really fuck with me no more, man. I don't know where he's hiding, but get me. And big up Mrs. Capo as well. I don't know where you lot kind of slid off to, but yeah, big up. Who else in the building? Jamal, Carmen. You're another one, man. Your comments are kind of spicy. You need to relax a little piece, man. But big ups to you. I see the whole Gog and Magog argument going on in there, or Judge and Majuj. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah, I know.
a little presentation on Gog and Magog.
Yeah, Judge and Majuj, Gog and Magog. Yeah, I'm interested in that shit there. Still, I'm fully interested because I was raised learning about that kind of thing. So when I hear them names there, they ring bells for me. You get me? Mark Courgette, big up yourself. Who else is in the building? Just, you know, Ace Somali, long time. Obviously, you ditched, man. Do you know what I mean? I don't know where you gone. But yeah, big ups to you, Ace Somali. Can't see you. Inuban Jobs, big up yourself. And Middlesex Omar, see you. Aurora Dawn. Rathe. Yeah, man, and everyone else. If you ain't tapped in a while, then, you know what I mean? You ain't tapped in a while. It is what it is. Yeah, man. So, look, tomorrow. Oh, Trill Mimosa, you dead there? You dead there? All right. And let the truth prevail. Big up yourselves. All the cheeky chappies and the sisterins, the broskis, you know, the Akis, the Uptis, the brethrens, the sisterins, the bros, the sisters, the man them, the gal them, you know. The folks, you know, big ups to all of you lot. And yeah, tomorrow I'll be on about 9:15 again. You know, it's the Thursday show, so we're gonna be getting into free thought Thursday. Hopefully, we get Brother Good God Allah to come on here, have a conversation. I will check the PayPal. Anyone that wants to bless up the PayPal, Trill OG, you dead there? Come on. Anyone that want Paddies. Big up Dublin, man. Anyone that wants to bless up the PayPal or the Cash App, like aside from buying yourself a ticket, anyone that wants to do that, then let me just quickly put a link in there just to say I've done that. So I know that, you know what I mean? When I'm laying in bed and my electric cuts out, I know that I got a little change to flick it on. You know, anyway there. How about that? How about that, man? You know what I mean? But yeah, aside from that, man, we'll link up. 68 people still in the building. Not bad, man. I think, you know, we're getting that juice back. Someone says ticket. I'm going to check that PayPal, man. Respect. And like I said, man, come load up and get you a number. That's more important. Let me put this information up one last time. More important, the quicker we get these numbers done, the quicker we could do the draw. Because I want to see some people. Kemo, you got a ticket? Nah. You looking for someone to buy your ticket again, Kemo? Kemo talking about he's going to give away the money. He thinks he's doubling. All right, so yeah, the Trilottery. Yeah, the Trilotto. Win £200. Tickets are £6 for non-members, £5 for members. Yeah, you pay via Cash App. Yeah, my Cash App details are all in the descriptions of my video. You always see them. And I think it's my screen name, which is #TRILLSUPPORT. I ain't heard ding. So I know none of you ain't really blessing me in Cash App right now. hit up the PayPal. And the reason why I say Cash App and PayPal is because they're like lossless. PayPal, if you're sending me money, when you go to send the money, it should after you click send TRILLUMINATI live, whatever, it's gonna say something about who you're sending it to or why you. So just look for the option that tells you it's for a family or friend. If you can't find that option, then so be it. Whatever, they probably take like 20 pence off or whatever, 40 pence. But if you can find that option, click that and then it's lossless. Otherwise, use Cash App. And if you ain't got none of them two and you just want to stick to good old-fashioned PayPal, then by all means, hit up the PayPal, man. Do you know what I mean? But do something and show a little love. We out. Big up everyone watching on Jedi Online. Big up everyone watching on Twitch. Big up everyone watching on TRILLUMINATI Live. It's been a great evening. I've enjoyed it. It's time for me to find my bed, wake up, do it all over again. Peace, peace, peace. We gone.